Hello. Before we start the episode, just want to let you guys know that we love hearing from you every week. We're so glad that you're enjoying the podcast. Alan and I both love doing this so much, and we're going to continue to grow. But we need your help. If you could take a quick 5 seconds and hop on over to Apple Podcasts and rate the show, that will help us reach a larger audience, and it'll make me and Alan very, very happy. If you have any ideas for who we should have on the show, please send those over to james@statesidemgmt.com. Thanks so much, guys. Welcome back to the Stateside Podcast with your hosts James MacMillan and Alan Ashcraft. What's up, Alan?
Yo, yo.
Yo. Today, we have an in-studio guest, which is a nice treat for once. We have Geoff Lopez, the host of the Say What You Mean podcast and the Knuckle Draggers podcast, excuse me. He goes by @BestInMexico on Instagram. Welcome to the show.
Hey, guys.
Geoff Lopez.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
This is the first time in your intro you didn't use the word delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, or tasty.
Or tasty.
Tasty or delicious.
I'm not either of those?
Well, I'm sick as a dog today, so I'm a little fried.
I'm both of those, if you're listening and wondering.
Life ain't delicious right now for James.
Oh,
No,
buddy.
it's not tasty.
Everybody's got it, man. That's what I was texting you earlier.
Yeah.
Half the
crud,
Rise
man.
office, just they all sound like they have AIDS.
I'm dying.
It's
Are you as psychotic about it? Like, you've got to hear coughing in the other room and just...
I used to be. I'm weirdly arrogant about my immune system. Like a life of eating off the Seattle
was
gum
too.
wall and fucking.
yeah.
Dude, I haven't been sick in 2 years.
Yeah.
My party trick in high school, instead of paying attention in class, was I just would pull gum from under the desk and lock eyes with the most meager student and just fucking eat that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Well, James is a trooper for being here because when I get sick, man cold is legit.
Same.
I won't go to work.
I shut it down. Yeah.
Don't talk to me. Don't text me. I'm putting something on and just checking
Yeah,
out.
6 p.m. is bedtime
Yep.
when I'm sick.
I almost did, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
I did that yesterday.
keep going.
I went to the dentist. It was just supposed to be an orientation where they take some pictures, whatever. And instead, it was I felt like I was in what's that shit called? Abu Ghraib?
Abu Ghraib.
Abu Ghraib?
Yeah.
It was horrendous. My hygienist looked like a female Conan O'Brien.
Oh,
And she's
God.
doing the periodontal charting, which is where they fucking stab your mouth and then they say a number.
1, 2, 2,
Yeah, they're
1.
K2, 1,
Yeah.
3, 1, 2. And she did it 35 times. Anyway, I got home. My whole mouth is throbbing. It was 6:30, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bed. I just went to bed.
She did it 50, and you have 30, 32 teeth?
Yeah,
And she's
exactly.
over and over.
And she's just I looked up at her, and she's not even looking at my mouth. She's just Manchurian Candidate. 2, 1, 3, stab.
Oh, God, no.
It was fucking awful.
That's hilarious.
And then they made me set 3 appointments before I left.
3?
Yeah, because I'm going to get a deep cleaning, which they do half your mouth per appointment. So that's 2 appointments.
Okay.
And then they're going to reseat a crown, potentially do a root canal and fill a cavity. And that's a 3rd thing. So I'm fucking dentist wise, I'm booked out till June. Unreal.
Yeah, that's insane.
And part of me is this is bullshit. You guys have a fetish for pain and discomfort. Then the other part of me is I got to pay for this anyway. You guys care a lot. You care about my mouth more than I do.
Right.
So cool.
Yeah. Hell
But
yeah.
look at that. This is like Inception.
Oh shit.
I went to a different account and I'm watching us live.
Oh Jesus.
Whoa.
Do you think there's going to be a sound thing when somebody listening to the radio calls into that show?
No.
Look
And
at
it's
the delay.
wow, wow, wow.
Watch. Camera wave.
Why are you
Watch the
flipping the
delay.
ball off, dude? Put the camera off.
I'm just trying to get it in the.
That is
Why do
a
I not
huge
see my
delay.
arm? Oh, that.
See?
Where are my arms?
Oh, it's that much of a delay.
That's
Oh,
5
wow.
seconds legit.
It might be
Look
more
how long
than
you
that.
get. More.
Because I didn't see my arms and I was like, this is bullshit.
Crazy.
Anyway.
Does that mean our voice is off delay, or is it just this is delayed? Wait. Oh, see, that's
live,
good.
but that's the delay.
Ah, there we go.
So stupid.
Leg kicks.
So
That was
stupid.
awesome.
And this is really entertaining for an audio show, too.
Yeah.
God.
Well, how are you doing, Geoff?
I'm great,
Thanks
man.
for being
I'm
on,
stoked
man.
to be here.
Yep.
I listen every week. You guys are crushing it. I'm
Thanks,
a huge
man.
fan of podcasting, so I'm glad that you guys are doing it. And
I'm wearing a podcast shirt right now, man.
me too.
Oh, there you go.
Got to represent.
Hell
Alan,
yeah.
what's up? What do you got?
Darkest
what's
hour.
up? You fucking band nerd.
How weird is it that we started podcasting around the same time? This wasn't planned.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I don't know who did it first, but it wasn't like I got to do it because you're doing
I
it.
did
Or,
it first.
It probably was you. You definitely started your second one before I could. Like,
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah.
Like you got fucking 2.
I got 2 and a radio show.
Yeah.
So it's just.
So when did you start the first one?
Oh gosh, I think June. I think of last year was the first one.
Oh,
Okay. Not long.
So in college, me and my buddy were just like we just sit around in the cafeteria and shoot the shit. And I was like, we should record this and just put it out there. I mean, we talk about anything from Star Wars to I don't know the complexities of international relations at
Yeah.
lunch. So it's like
Yeah.
let's just record it and see what happens.
Yeah.
So after graduation, dumped a bunch of money into gear from graduation, gifts and just started it. And then that one, it's, let's say what you mean. It's great, but it keeps me sharp, keeps me doing research, keeps me always learning. But I always try to avoid kind of hot button issues on that one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want one where I could just say the worst things that I think. And that's where Knuckle Draggers comes in with my buddy Dimitri, who's...
That's hilarious to say what you mean is the one that you have a filter and knuckle drag.
It's not a filter.
point, yeah.
It's mostly, well, yeah, that's a good point. But I know like my professors are listening. And so I'm
right.
I also I try not to speak for, I don't know, maybe different demographics that
Absolutely.
I'm not a part
Sure.
of. But on Knuckle Draggers, I'll totally say whatever the
So
hell
is
I
Knuckle
want.
Draggers kind of like, it's kind of like the dudes that have like a steady girlfriend or a wife, and the wife knows their Instagram handle but doesn't know the Snapchat. And so
Right.
Knuckle Draggers is like your Snapchat. You ain't really promoting it because you don't want the professors to check it out.
Right. Oh, okay. I
'Cause
get
you're
what
saying some outlandish shit.
No, I would love for them. One professor in particular, she's the best, but she knows, like, she's like, I'm not even going to try. 'Cause
Yeah.
She goes, sometimes you say some pretty Knuckle Dragger things on Say What You Mean, and I can only imagine what you say on Knuckle Draggers.
Yeah. See, for me, it's kind of, so my Twitter is kind of my, I feel like I've said this for the longest time. This could be on it fucking pisses me off. Almost it could be
Almost.
that. Where I feel like Twitter is the least social network of all time. It's like a fucking diary because I have like 600 followers.
Right.
Half of them are real, probably.
Yeah.
And it feels like I'm just yelling into the abyss. So because of that, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm a different person on there.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
on Facebook, I'm like, oh, hey, thanks for the kind words, buddy. Cool. What? Somebody hits me up on Twitter. I'm like, yo, eat my whole ass, bitch. Like, I don't even give a fuck because I'm like, if 12 people
That
are
is
seeing
Twitter.
Yeah.
That is, and you're just feeding into that. You're the worst.
I don't care, man. I'm just like, I'm here to fuel the cesspool
Yeah.
even more.
God damn it, James. Now you're making me feel all insecure about Say What You Mean. I'm going to just go on there and just say the worst fucking things.
I know what you're saying
Yeah.
because when I first started the podcast too, originally it was going to be more like business related for the music industry.
Right.
It still kind of is.
Yeah.
But no, I mean that's why it's called the Stateside Podcast. So I
Right,
have a management company called Stateside Management. And so at first I was like, God, I can be careful here.
Right.
Because I don't just represent
Right.
myself. I'm
Yeah.
representing the people that I represent and people are paying money. But at the end of the day, those aren't the kind of people I want to work with anyway.
Right, for
I want to
sure.
work with people that encourage me and everyone around them as well to be themselves and to just do this thing without any filter.
Yeah, I think with podcasts,
I mean,
it's
that's the whole point.
Yeah, it's the same idea as far as like listeners. So if you are into what I have to talk about, then listen to it. I'm never going to compromise or try to adjust to what people say.
I don't care.
Or like, hey, you guys should do this. Unless it's like something silly, I might do it. But otherwise, I'm not going to shape what I do for anybody
Well, you
else.
can't. It's like a band trying to write songs.
Right. Great
For
analogy.
an audience because you're going to alienate somebody.
And you're going to
eventually.
hate that fucking song.
Yep.
Yeah. Every time.
I mean, doing like just being you is because, when we're younger and we're insecure, we always look at it as like, I got to say and do the right thing to get as many people with me as possible. Like
Right.
when you're 13, 14. But then you get older and you're like, wait a minute.
It's the other way around.
I can be myself and equalize all the bullshit.
Yes.
Because after a while, it gets old to like, I know when I was a teenager, I measured my value. One of the ways I measured my value as a person was like, how many like friends I had,
right?
You know, or like how often do I get text messages or what? That's when you're immature. You're essentially a preteen,
right?
But now it's like I want everybody to leave me alone,
right?
So if all I got to do to make that happen is say some shit that makes you feel like judgy, and so you want to separate from me, cool. You're not.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be around me anyway.
This might be too deep, but I'm thinking about like social media now and how it turns everybody into a preteen, like, oh, I got a like, or oh, I got a thumbs up. Dude. Just constant, like, I turn all those notifications off.
Oh, yeah. How about those motherfuckers that...
Here it comes.
I might have already brought this up on it fucking pisses me off, but like, oh, God, dude, it's making me mad just thinking about it. But the guys that... They first of all not going to share the thing, but they want you to know that there's a thing to be shared, but they don't want to say what it is, probably because it isn't that fucking cool. So what they do is they go, hey, I'm so excited to share something with you guys. I did a thing. Oh, did you do a thing?
Oh, I did a thing.
What was that thing you did?
Alan, I took notes for it fucking pisses me off, and this is 100% what I wrote down.
Yeah.
It's like vague booking.
Yeah,
that is my thing.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, oh, so dumb. I really wish they wouldn't have done that. Who? Yeah. Done what? What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, and to kind of like, this is a lateral move, but when people go, hey, dude in front of me in traffic, get the fuck out of the way. Are you friends with him on Facebook?
Yeah.
He can't see that shit. And, you know, you'll get the horde of people that are like, oh, you're too literal.
Right.
Okay, cool. I'm too literal, but that's still, the point stands.
Right.
Like, use Facebook to fucking, I think the example I used the last episode was just, we all got to walk through this street, quit littering it with a lack of originality. If you're going to throw something on the ground.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Make it something that makes me go, oh, shit, that's a funny kind of take on that.
Yeah.
Because then we're like making it more colorful for everybody. Sure. But instead, I'm just stepping over a bunch of like, you know, hey, San Antonio, I'm in you. I did a thing, or just stop.
Or when you go to the store and you totally forget your umbrella, whenever they start a post with like, when you do this, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just, all right. And I get it, because social media becomes a vessel in which we kind of develop this language.
Right, for sure.
Internet is kind of a language.
Absolutely.
We have like slang, and we have different like memes and shit. Cool. But use them sparingly. Like even one of the fucking soup of the day, I would say maybe a month ago, I don't know, was fucking, what is it? Cool flex, but okay. Or weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
Like, or this ain't it, chief. Right. Like you use them into the ground, and I just feel like for me, maybe I make the expiration date of those things. I'm too gung-ho about it. Right. Like maybe it's 6 months, but for me personally, I'm going to call it 2 months. If I've seen it be a thing for that amount of time, I'm not going to do it anymore. Yeah. Because my biggest thing, I don't want to be that dude with a string on his back. You just pull it, and he's like, weird flex, but okay. You just pull it. Yeah. I did a thing. Yeah. Fuck that.
I feel like YouTube vloggers do that a lot.
Oh, for sure.
They love doing the like, in a couple weeks, I'm doing this thing. I can't tell you yet, but it's going to be life-changing. I'm like, no, it's not, Logan Paul.
I know.
It's definitely not life-changing.
You win grocery shopping.
Or the girls that like take a picture of themselves and like they got their titties hanging over an acoustic guitar. They're like, just wrote the most amazing song.
Oh, my God.
Post it. I dare you to post it.
Post it.
Post that shit. Let's see it. Oh, 6 months later. Still haven't posted it. Yeah. But there's a bunch more pictures of you.
Well, it's got to be auto-tuned and all that.
Dude, I saw this Instagram profile, oh my God, a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you guys know who I mean, but this girl, she's like super stupid hot, big old totters, and she's a quote drummer. She's arguably the worst drummer I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, yeah.
And she's got just a bazillion followers.
Probably. Yep. A bazillion. It has nothing to do with drumming.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing at all. Like, it's just tits.
And here's my thing. If those individuals would come out and kind of just be self-aware, I would be like, guess what? Can't knock that hustle. Yeah. I love it.
Yep.
Because if I had those, I would have more followers too, and I would love it. Cool.
But why don't you just be about tits?
Yeah.
Why this fake drumming
isn't it
thing?
Technically just about tits, though?
Yeah. But it's kind of like
she's just throwing drums in there to...
Yeah.
Yeah. It just...
But she gets like positive reinforcement from these fucking dummies.
Yeah.
Because they all want to fuck her. Yeah. So they're like, oh, honey, you've gotten so good over the past 2 months.
Oh, God.
She's like, watch this new fill I learned today, guys. It's like, oh my honey God.
Shit. Dude, one of the best burns I ever heard, can't remember who it was that said it to another. It was a comedian saying it to another comedian. He just said, you look like the kind of person that goes on Twitter and compliments porn stars. And that is a specific burn, dude. Those weirdos that get on there and like, you know, fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Who are Alexis, Texas or some shit, and they're just like, oh, hey, beautiful, I hope you have a great day.
Oh,
that's a level of cringe. Like, that is so disgusting to me.
Do we have a friend like that, Alan?
Yeah, we do. Dude, so I didn't tell you this.
Tell me.
I have a screenshot.
Say it on air.
I have a screenshot.
Marty.
Yeah.
Morty.
I was actually thinking somebody else.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, Marty was doing that for a while, and our friend Marty was creeping on show me your, not even like, have a wonderful day, beautiful. Yeah. It's like, show me your tits, woman.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, dude, you're so aggressive. And we would like screen cap it and just send him the screen caps, and finally he deleted his tweet.
You know that if you confront him about that, you already know what his response would be. It would be, oh, dude, girls like aggression, dude. Like, he would think he's like got the psychology of females. Oh, yeah,
he's got it all figured out.
I was actually thinking Brian.
Okay.
But, on another note, I actually have a screenshot. I think it's on my work computer.
Right.
I randomly came across his Tumblr.
Uh-oh.
Dude, it is exactly what you would think.
It's everything I would dream.
Yeah. It's so, because it's like long posts, and he has one that just says, it said like late night thoughts. And and it's just a quick little blurb, and he goes, I wish I could program my oscillating fan to blow cool air on my face every 37 minutes.
What?
And I start, because James, you don't know this guy, but
James,
if you met him for even 30 seconds, would make so much sense. He is a
alien.
Yeah, he's Data from Star Trek, dude.
For sure.
Like, he is just a bizarre, he's a Martian.
No emotion.
Yeah. He's weird.
He always puts his hand on his hips and stands out all awkward.
Yeah.
I love him to death, but
he bought shoes that had a zipper. Like, you could unzip the sole and put different soles on your shoe.
Come on.
It's just crazy.
They were Vans, I think.
Yeah.
That had different like designs for the tops.
Yeah.
So you could interchange your tops for your Vans with a zipper.
Somehow is like that's sketchier than like the white people pants that zip off into shorts.
Cargos.
That's like the whitest thing ever.
It really is.
That and capris.
This guy is the guy who every year Alan and I go on a camping trip with 10 of our friends. And
do you guys
last
fuck each
year,
other?
huh?
Sorry.
Fuck.
We don't.
Do we?
We don't.
Sick and delirious.
But this is
think about it.
We do think about it. It's always there. It's like that looming tension of like, do we fuck or not?
Yeah.
But Brian is the dude who we're all out playing cornhole in the yard, having a great time. He's lurking on the balcony above us, and all of a sudden, all of our phones chime. Ching, 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 ching. We all look. It's his dick.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Here you guys go. What better time than man trip?
Yep.
But that's from you? Who sent the dick?
No, Brian does.
Fucking Data.
Weird guy.
Yeah.
Data from Star Trek.
Zipper guy.
Yeah.
His powder white dick.
It's just from doing coke off of it all the time.
Oh, God, probably.
Yeah.
Well, you should bring me on one of these man trips. I'm always trying to hang out with Alan.
Yeah.
He never wants to hang out with me.
Listen, you're preaching to the choir telling Jeff that shit, dude.
Yeah. I cry about it.
I like them giving you shit, but that's like me and all my other friends.
You say that, but I'm like,
the guy that's
James motherfucker gets to hang out with Alan every week.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way to get in with me.
True.
You spend the most time with me if you like work with me, if you're in a band with me, or if you do a podcast with me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've gone off on this before. Like, I think when Kyle was here, I told him like, if I'm not going to see friends, I'm cool with that as long as it's because we're both killing it.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like I'm doing heroin in my basement
We're also
somewhere.
in our 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We're trying to do some shit.
I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I wasted so much time as a young guy. And granted, it was like, life changing and molded who I am now.
For sure.
But God, there was a lot of just hanging out.
Yeah.
Like days on end.
Yeah.
72 hours straight of nothing but like eating Doritos.
Yeah.
Fucking off. Smoking pot, skateboarding.
Fuck yeah.
That's kind of what develops
days on end.
Some cool moments happen though because you guys literally have nothing going on.
Nothing. Right.
So that's where you form your bicycle gangs.
That's right.
Right.
And you're so pumped to spend $5 up at the general store.
Or you start bands.
Yeah, you start bands.
You do productive shit in the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I try to remember
we
that.
Live the life. We live the dream.
I try to remember that when like I start getting super businessman and I'm like, oh, things are so busy at my day job, and then freelance is going crazy and I got to we're doing 2 episodes of the podcast this week. Oh, wah. I try to think like you could go and form the equivalent nowadays of a bicycle gang.
Right.
You could go do, but I think it's so much more comfortable at this age just to fill it with work.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand the people who like, because we all know people that are really busy, but it's busy with like a kickball team.
Right.
And the 7 softball teams they're on. And, you know, the fucking chess club and
you can kind of go the other way with it.
It's like, it's all social stuff, but they're busy all the time.
Yeah.
Those are good things to be busy with, though.
For sure.
See, I disagree.
Really?
I really do.
What?
I guess
I really do. I mean,
are you
I
still
think
playing on the basketball team?
I'm not saying you can't
Not really.
do it.
This
do
took
this
it
stuff.
over.
Yeah.
Do this stuff. Do
Okay.
it. Like I love baseball. I've been saying I'm doing
I
a
fucking
fucking
hate
baseball.
baseball.
Me and you
I
are
saw
gonna get
your
into
case
it,
and your
bro.
sticker, and I'm like,
Yeah.
We're
to
gonna-
each his own.
That's all right. You're just not as intelligent as I am.
I
But,
guess.
it's just clearly the best game ever devised. But anyway, yeah, I mean, like, you know, to do that stuff, it's good, and there's a reason for it.
Right.
I'm not saying don't do things that are.
But you're kind of preaching
Fun.
about balance.
Yes,
Is that what it is?
You can
that's
go
what I mean.
That's why I was saying you can
'Cause I
go
know
the wrong
people
way
that
either
just
way.
do that.
Yeah.
You're saying just do
Just do
those
that.
things. Okay.
They have a day
Yeah.
job that they don't give a fuck about. In fact, they just wait for the weekend. They kind of hate the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Why? Like most of your life is your day job, or at least
Right,
you know,
right.
something along those lines, and then they just wait for the the trivia night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me.
I don't know, man. I think maybe I'm missing your point.
Well, I think it depends on how much you need balance in your life. And some people have the personality where, and also like just the way that we're raised in our attachment styles and shit, those end up developing who we are in our 30s. And if you are somebody that needs, like I had a dope upbringing that got, I mean, we've talked about it before where I think James had a similar one where my mom just built me up all the time.
Right.
So it kind of fires me up to go out and do things. I've known people that they didn't have the best upbringing, so they constantly need like that social interaction. They get more from it. So somebody like that, if they're in a bunch of softball leagues and rec basketball and chess club and all that, that might be a good balance for them, that it's 70% that
Right.
and 30% everything else. Whereas for me, it's kind of 70% work and, fucking and make money and grow
Right.
and whatever. And then the rest is like cut loose, have fun. I'm also one of those people that if I cut loose a little, just barely too much, I'll go too hard with it.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I love when you do that.
Yeah, that's essentially
It's rare. It's rare.
It is.
But
That's essentially what Man Trip's all about. And that's
Yeah.
kind of what tour was too. I feel I got it out of my system with tour because that is just a giant sandbox.
Right.
You're just partying with your friends, figuring it out. You really have one responsibility that lasts half an hour every day.
yeah.
And it's something you love to do, so it's easy. And
Yeah.
then you just fuck off, try to find food, go to the bathroom, get sleep, whatever. So now I'm kind of at a point where the downside of all that on tour was that I had no money. So now I'm going the other way where I'm like, I'm becoming a workaholic because it's hard work, which I enjoy because that's what touring was, except there's a financial benefit at the end of it.
Right.
So
Yep.
yeah, just
I don't
depends on who you are. But you can blow up the whole balance argument with I think it was Winston Churchill that said, all things in moderation, especially moderation. And then that fucking explodes your head.
Right.
And you're like, okay, cool. So fuck balance, or it just
Yeah.
And that's when you realize it just depends on who you are.
I mean, yeah, I just, at the end of the day, you're right. So just do you. Do the thing that makes you happy.
For sure.
Do the thing. See, actually, for me, it's not about what makes me happy. It's what makes me feel fulfilled.
Yeah. There is a distinction there too.
There really is. My pursuit is not happiness. It's really not.
Right.
Like the podcast isn't always fun. Me and you have talked about this all the time.
Fuck yeah. It's
Being in a
work
band
sometimes.
is not always fun.
Yeah.
It can be fun.
Right.
That's not why you do it.
No.
You do it because it's fulfilling, it's rewarding,
That's
it's
a
what
great
you're good at. And I think life should be similar in that way. If trivia night brings you that kind of fulfillment, then that's good. Then do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't for me.
Right.
Like it does once every 4 months.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's all perspective. I
just know I know a lot of people who really the time has flown by.
Are you saying that these people do it like every week? Like trivia nights and shit?
4 times a week.
Yeah.
Oh.
These are the people I'm talking about.
Okay.
They have
Now
like
I
a
understand.
telemarketing job, or like they work at an
Okay.
insurance company,
Yeah.
or like It's just a job.
Right.
Like
And see,
literally, they could exchange this job and it wouldn't make a difference to them.
And my chest gets tight just hearing you say trivia night. For me, I'm just like, fuck, dude, what a waste of time.
Yeah.
That's exactly how
I'm
I
just
feel.
like that makes I'm like, okay, so then how long is that? Because to me, however long trivia night
that
is,
means you can't.
that's how long
you
until
can't
I
design
can
that muse thing.
get back to work.
You can't play in the band. You can't do the
Right.
podcast.
Yeah.
You can't like.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I totally get it. Now,
Does that make
are you
sense?
guys? I know you are, but James, are you the kind of guy who's like, what could I be doing? Like, I feel like I could be doing more, or to better yourself.
Always.
Constantly.
Yeah.
And like if there's a little bit of a lull, you're like, I got to get going. I got to do something.
It drives my wife crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
I love playing video games.
Right.
Never do it. You
Yeah.
know why?
Yeah.
Because, well, for one, I'm 35 and I have 2 jobs in the podcast.
Right.
But other than that, it's really because like, I think I've told you this. It involves something that physically takes up your hands.
Mm-hmm.
To play a video game, you have to have 2 hands doing that thing. And I'm fucking crazy. So like, I'm like Alan, where we always have to have the laptop next to us or something.
Okay.
So like, I'll watch the Netflix show. I'll do that. But I also want to be sending out invoices. I just want to be responding to bands on email.
Right.
Or have my phone out. Not always. I mean, there's a time and place. Like, I'm such a big movie fan.
Right.
If I'm watching the Schindler's List, and unplug.
Right.
That's a moment in time. Be present. I have a problem with that for sure.
Being present?
Yeah. I mean, it goes too far. And again, I'm not saying I'm balanced.
Everyone
at
does,
all.
I think. Yeah.
It's not. I haven't found the way.
Yeah. See, I think
I'm trying to find it.
I think with the video games, I do play like every Friday night is my guys' night.
I get it.
I get on with my buddies and we talk some shit and
it's great, right?
It's so awesome.
Have you played Red Dead too?
No.
See, that's the one in the past like year I
would
really
imagine
went down. Yeah.
See, the thing with those games, even like Fallout, I rented Fallout 3 when it first came out. I was like,
I hear it's amazing.
I'll give this a shot. 8 hours passed by and I had not completed anything.
Oh wow.
And I'm like,
oh yeah,
I'm not doing this ever again.
Yeah.
So Red Dead kind of, I mean, even like GTA, it's like those games I could just get lost in, so I don't even touch them.
Dude, the amount of girlfriends I've had that have like watched me play, and they're like, and I'm obsessed with Fallout, and they watch me play Fallout. I explain it as something really cool, and then 3 hours in, they're like, so you've just been going through drawers this whole time.
I know.
And I'm like, yeah, it's dope, right? I got some sick
like,
shit.
you've been riding a horse in real time for like 15 minutes straight.
I have 35 bottle caps, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking billionaire in the wasteland right now.
Yes.
But see, video games, you could argue, I mean, that's a tough one for me.
Yeah.
It's a tough one for me because it provides this sense of doing something.
For sure.
Because you're going through levels.
Right.
There's a progress in the story. And there's a sense that I am doing that. Mm-hmm. And in a way you are.
Right.
But in real time and reality, you're sitting in your couch in the house.
Right.
Where the time is ticking by. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if that's good or bad.
Right.
And I think we're entering a time where it's going to be augmented and maybe, lines will be blurred.
Right.
Right? Like what is real, bro?
Yeah, what's reality?
Maybe your progress in a video game is actual progress in your real life eventually.
Right. Oh God.
Right? Like we're getting there. It'll be there.
Right. Did you see or read Ready Player One?
Yeah, love it.
The movie or the book?
I read like half the book.
The book is incredible.
Yeah, I
hated the movie.
Oh, okay. See, I like the movie, but I just like Steven Spielberg movies.
Yeah,
so
I mean, visually it was amazing, but the story and I don't know, there's a lot of things that they couldn't do in the movie.
And I'm also remembering, I read the book, not interrupting you, but I read the book in like disjointed and I also didn't finish it.
Okay.
So I don't really have a good basis.
Read it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, as far as like that blurred line, it's...
Yeah.
And people checking out, man. People...
Yeah.
I mean, I love video games. I love checking out, but also I'm not necessarily checking out. I'm getting online where, Dimitri, who I do Knuckle Draggers with, he's on there and we're talking about the podcast. We're talking about different things we want to do. So it's also a little bit of work, I could argue.
Absolutely. Look, man, there's people who figure that out.
Right.
The what's that Ninja kid?
Oh yeah. For Fortnite. He plays Fortnite. Yeah.
There's people who
millionaire
for playing video games.
Yeah, I wish.
And look,
dude.
even if you weren't a millionaire, if you start a live stream, like you'd be great at that, dude. because you're basically podcasting while playing video
We've
games.
talked about doing that a little bit, but there's also like these channels or these YouTube gamers who are popular for failing at video games, which is a weird concept.
Because it's funny.
Like the worse you are at the game, people just love laughing at you suck at it.
Yeah, I
kind of understand that in a weird way.
Yeah.
Chris at Rise told me about this dude that he watches that just gets like fucking blackout drunk and plays this really hard video game. And he just gets fucked up all the time, but his commentary is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And Chris was like, I would drink beers and watch this guy for like an hour to 2 hours.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, well, then he's got to be the shit. Because that's a lot of time to invest in watching somebody else play video games.
I don't know what it is about watching someone else. I've done it a few times, and I'm like, I'll put it on just to check it out, see what it is. But then it's 25 minutes. I've watched this person. I'm like, all right, I got to stop.
It's because you have the brain for it, because you're either invested in that game or you're just invested in video games in general.
Yeah.
So it's because that's why we're always trying to get our girlfriends and wives to watch us play. Yeah. They don't fucking play, so they don't care.
Right.
We look ridiculous.
That's right.
Yeah.
See, my dad, my old man, is super smart. Mm-hmm. It's adorable. You know, he's in his 60s, and now he's really into video games. This is a pretty new thing.
Okay.
But he's like in love with it.
Right.
Just got done with Red Dead 2.
Wow.
It was like the best thing ever. What's the other one he was playing? Just Cause.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's like 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the cool thing is, so my mom and my dad are very close. They're like the old school, you know, been together forever.
That's awesome.
They truly are the closest that I've ever seen to like soulmates.
Oh wow. Okay. That's awesome.
I know that's like kind of corny and stuff.
No, that's not corny. That's fucking awesome.
Because I don't even believe in that.
Right,
like,
right.
My wife and I talk about it all the time. Like, what does it even mean we're made for? That's insane. There's
Right.
billions of people. What makes it special is that you choose each other.
For sure.
You know, blah, blah. Anyway, but with them, it's crazy how close they are. And they do everything together. And what they do together now is this video game thing.
Really?
But my mom doesn't play.
Oh.
This is crazy.
That's the rarest shit of all.
She watches and comments. She's like,
they need a fucking channel, dude.
dude, it's the best thing because
that would be amazing.
Yeah, my mom just gets all goofy and does whatever to relax, and then she fucking like.
There's an audience for that. For
it's amazing. Because she's like, you know, go over there, do that. And
yeah.
It's the best.
That's awesome. I'm into that.
Because they've been together so long that like, because they started to date when they're like 15.
Oh wow.
Craziness, crazy shit. And you know, like my mom is like a part of his brain,
right?
So she'll talk and give him direction, and he'll do the action. Like it's really cool to watch.
That is interesting.
Yeah. They love doing it though.
Just get them set up, dude. Put them on YouTube.
It's a good idea.
I'll watch that shit.
My mom listens to the show, so hopefully she'll take notes.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
She loves podcasts now.
Really?
Yeah, she's so into it.
See, I wish people would just get into it because once you do, it's so fun.
It took me a while.
It's so fun. Really?
Yeah.
I
But
started
now
with
I love
one, and I listened to like they're on. They just celebrated their.
It didn't take me a while to get into it. It took me a while to start listening to them.
I guess
yeah.
yeah. I didn't start till maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
So what are some of the shows you listen to?
Oh God, I listen to. I don't know if you've heard of it, but Tell 'em Steve Dave. It's one I've been pushing on everybody I know. They're all friends with Kevin Smith.
Okay.
So it's
Gotcha.
They had the TV show Comic Book Men.
Yep.
So it was Brian Johnson, the bearded guy, with Walt, who are lifelong friends with Kevin. And then it started with them. Brian was going to kill himself, and he was like, "We should start a podcast, or else I'll kill myself." And Walt hates all that shit, so he was like, I guess, I mean, you're just going to fucking end up quitting. And they've just celebrated their 400th episode. And they had a sound guy at the time who was just this buddy of theirs who kind of worked for Kevin and kind of made friends with Brian and Walt through working for Kevin. And he was just their sound tech. But then as the show progressed, he kind of became a little more of the show. And he's actually Q from Impractical Jokers.
That's crazy that he started as the sound. Was he with Impractical Jokers?
No.
Oh.
So if you go back to the first episode of Tell 'em Steve Dave, they don't have their TV shows. They're just guys like us doing podcasts.
Oh, wow.
And then as the show progresses, you hear them kind of drop hints of like, oh, I got a meeting with True TV or we have a meeting with AMC. And then you kind of get to see that whole thing.
Do the other guys have something to do with Impractical Jokers?
No.
Just
Brian's been on there a few times. But
okay.
So yeah, that is Tell 'em Steve Dave is that's the shirt I'm wearing. I fucking love those guys.
Yeah,
They're
you've
so
talked
fun.
about that forever.
And then I watch Rogan when he's got someone interesting that I'm into.
Yeah. You can't possibly watch every Rogan. Like,
right.
I'm sure there's some psychos out there that do it, but he's so frequent and his guests are so all over the place. I can't imagine. I miss him all the time.
When I was driving a forklift every day, I had a headphones in the whole time.
Yeah.
I listened to every episode.
Yeah.
And then, and you know, I would always give people shit like, how are you not caught up on this show or that show? Or have you listened to my show? And they're like, no, I don't have fucking time.
Yeah.
And now that I have a different job where I'm working all the time in an office and shit, I don't have time. I listen to it in breaks, different podcasts in breaks.
Yeah.
That's why I have to pick and choose with Rogan. And
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many that I would love to listen to or get into, but
for sure.
I just don't.
Now the tough thing for me is some of the ones I'm into now are better on video. Like your Mom's House podcast.
Yeah, it's probably the
I saw
best,
you watching that.
best example.
Best.
I love Christina P. so much.
Yeah.
Good.
So much.
She's
They're
great.
so
Tom
funny.
Segura, I feel like I kind of still have to get into a little more, but
Yeah.
I would say that it's kind of the same way I feel about Chris D'Elia. They're way funnier on podcasts.
right.
Way more interesting
Yeah,
and funnier.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like they're both good stand-ups for sure. But I think they're better when it's just kind of shooting from the hip.
Yeah.
and just goofing
Witty.
around.
Yeah. I'm
right.
fucking obsessed with comedy though.
Me too.
Yeah.
D'Elia is like my guy right now. I'm
Okay.
fucking completely obsessed.
I
think he's to me is one of the funniest. I don't know, the type of humor is so funny
right.
to me.
Right.
Oh, I saw him live recently in October.
Yeah, I went to. Was that at Revolution Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, Chris
Yeah.
from Rise. I just randomly got 2 tickets, and I was like, "Dude, you want to go?" Because he was the only guy I knew at the time that was into him, and he was great, dude. He does his impression of like a baby fuck boy.
Yeah,
And he
that's
just
right.
like
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in baby voice. He's just like, "I will just tell her that my cell phone died."
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking.
Oh my
it's
word.
so good.
Yeah.
Chris and I were dying.
I said
good.
on Knuckle Draggers the other day, my favorite was still and always will be, and sorry, Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Sorry.
for
Dude,
what?
Because people shit on it because of
Yeah.
everything.
Move
Whatever.
on.
Whatever.
He's a
There
god.
has to be a road to redemption.
He's a god.
Well, listen, he can be a dope comedian and then maybe have done some sketchy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Michael Vick is one of the dopest quarterbacks of all time, and
Right.
he's also a piece of shit that is
Yeah, that's
drowned puppies.
That's right.
Like
Yeah.
I can see him as two things.
Yeah.
People got to separate.
I don't
mean,
know Louis. I'll never meet him in my life.
Right,
He's a funny
right.
comedian.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Who am I going to go see? Someone fucking random on Friday. Joel McHale. Don't really
Yeah.
know what his stand up is, but my buddy
Yep.
was like, "You want to go?" I was like, "Fuck it, we'll go."
Dude, one of the
I'm sure
best
it's
shows
good.
I've ever seen was exactly like that. It was like, I know who this guy is, but whatever. It was Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh shit. Okay.
Lindsay told me that she had never been to a comedy show, and I'm like, let me see what Helium's got. And then
Right.
he was the one that I like really recognized. And I was like, I don't think you're gonna like this guy, but whatever, we'll do it. He did almost nothing but crowd work, and I didn't breathe
Oh,
the whole
that's
show.
amazing.
It was fucking
love that.
incredible,
Yeah.
out of nowhere, no expectation. It's crazy how comedy's like that. Because
Yeah.
meanwhile, I've seen Kevin Hart twice, and he sucked ass both times.
Yeah.
And I think he is one of the most like I've been watching his show on YouTube, Cold as
right,
Balls.
right.
He's one of the most naturally funny dudes
Yeah.
on the planet. I laugh all the time when I watch that show. Seen him twice live, nothing.
I
Yeah.
agree. He's the same way for me.
Yeah.
I think he's a funny guy, but the stand up, I'm just like, really?
Well, that's what's
it's like
crazy.
so vanilla to
His
me.
special, Seriously Funny, is in my top 3 specials all time.
Is it older?
Yep.
Before he
It's
got
like
married and
3.
divorced and shit.
Yes, yeah.
He was way funnier.
Yeah.
Way
Oh, wow.
funnier.
Dude, he was fucking incredible and Seriously Funny.
Yes.
And then I think he's had 3 specials since that are all whatever.
Yeah.
It's just
to me.
it's like too big.
It
It's
is too
just
big.
Yes.
It's
and he'll
like
talk
for
about like
everyone now.
bragging about like I cheated on my wife.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
Okay.
cool, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not awesome.
Yeah.
To the Louis C.K. Well, that's not his name. Wow, I'm so insane right
Wake
now.
up, James.
Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
Yeah, I listened to the thing that he did about Parkland.
Yeah.
The new stuff.
Yeah.
And I was telling my wife how it was like some of the funniest shit I've ever heard.
Right.
And it reminded me, I was like, he's the fucking king.
Well,
more
He's
importantly,
the funniest guy alive.
it was the most Louis C.K. shit
That's
ever.
right.
too.
It's like,
Right.
what's surprising here?
Had all that shit not gone down and he did that, no one would have cared. They would have all
Oh,
been
yeah.
like, wow, he's back. It's so funny. Like,
Yeah.
I know.
But then he did that shit, so they have this lens of creep. So now that if he says some shit about a
You know
fucking
what's funny?
school shooting,
Have you ever met anyone, I mean anyone, that's like super like how dare you listen to Louis C.K.? I don't
No.
have any of my
It's
friends.
the fucking
No.
internet, dude.
It's
Yeah.
when it's like 10%.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't even think it's the majority of people out there.
I don't think I'd back down though either.
They're just
Right.
the loud
Like-
minority.
And I've been wanting to do an episode on this subject forever, but the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, I'm a psycho about.
Yeah.
Say whatever the fuck you can. Say what you mean.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because that's your right. And a huge thing with comedy that I think always gets lost is intent.
Yeah.
He's not making a Parkland joke to be
He's a
the worst
comedian,
human
you
being
fucking
ever.
idiots.
It's a fucking joke,
It's
dude.
a joke.
Oh, it's so
insane.
frustrating to me.
It's really crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
because
it's alarming.
You can say, I've had friends make the most vicious, hurtful jokes to me, but the intent was for the joke. And I'd hug them. Like, that was I couldn't have said that better. That was too good not to appreciate the savagery of that joke.
There's for sure too many people out there that you could insult while cleaning out their gutters, and they would fucking hate you forever.
Yes.
And it's like, bitch, I just made fun of you, but I am helping you with something, and it wouldn't matter to them.
Right.
Just the words are just too powerful for some people.
It's my favorite thing to do that is
Babies.
talk shit and bust balls.
Yeah.
That's
for
my
sure.
favorite.
No, yeah, it's the best.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy thing. There's a level of accountability you have to have. If somebody's saying something and it's getting to you, go do the work. Go figure out what that shit is and handle that, because no one should really be able to essentially get inside your head to a level where you now hate them, because that's easier than being accountable for whatever it is, whatever insecurity they have maybe just unmasked. Everybody has a level of responsibility to get as close to bulletproof emotionally as they can, and some people are like, that's too much work, I'd rather just fucking ostracize everybody around me that has even one negative thing to say about me.
Yeah.
It's like, live your life that way and see what's up.
Yeah, there's something about that, the art and the artist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Separating those two. But then, we are in this era where people don't want you to support anybody because of an action or something they said 7 years ago, or whatever it may be.
There's a slew of agendas out there that
for sure
everybody's looking for a way to support. And if Louis C.K. does some shit, there's a lot of people that are the antithesis of him that are just like, oh, perfect. He fucked up. He walked into the trap. Yeah, exactly.
It's like when the As I Lay Dying released that most recent single.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I was immediately like, oh, I am totally into this, but this guy is a psycho.
That's a brilliant example, because I got it and I was just pumped immediately.
Yeah. Because
it's not the fucking Tim Lambus' show. It's As I Lay Dying.
Right.
And there's a bunch of other musicians in that band that are the shit. And they happen to write dope music. Am I ever gonna let him fucking babysit for me or something? Or
no,
am I gonna trust him with anything? No, of course not. But
you don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, you make some tunes,
yes,
I'll listen.
Absolutely.
It's just that simple. But some people just have to. They got to just get on top of the tallest mountain and just start screaming their fucking opinion and getting mad at everybody else that doesn't agree.
They definitely do. They're assholes.
And they never do anything wrong, any of those people shitting on everybody else.
It's like, you understand how this works, right, idiot?
Right.
You're next.
The second you fuck up, you don't think people are going to do the same thing to you?
Yeah, exactly. It'll happen.
Oh, yeah.
Just eating their own at this point.
I love it.
It's so silly.
I love just watching.
I know. It'll all burn itself down.
For sure. Hit the Skynet reset.
I got a question for you, Geoff.
Okay.
If they made a movie about your life,
oh shit,
what actor would you want to play you? That's like a hard-hitting question.
It is a hard-hitting question.
It's like 60 minutes.
He's older than me.
And I'm sick.
But I'm super into him. I don't know. This name just pops in my head. I don't know. Alan, you've known me for fucking 2 decades. You can tell me if this makes sense. Bill Hader is the first name that kind of comes in.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
Okay.
But I love that fucking guy.
Oh, do you think you're as funny as Bill Hader?
No, but I think that when he just locks it down and like he can do can do so much. He's going to be in It. I can't fucking wait for that.
What's he going to be in It?
He's the comedian Richie.
Oh.
Yeah.
The grown-up.
Yeah.
Kid, right.
I think Bill Hader's one of those underrated guys.
Oh, he's a good actor, too.
He's a great actor.
You see Skeleton Twins?
No, but
really
that's
good.
on my list of things to watch. I know he can do those things. Yeah, for sure.
That's Kristen Wiig is in
What about you, James?
What?
Who would you pick?
Donald Trump. Probably.
Fuck, I wish.
I thought you were going to say Dolph Lundgren. I was like, fuck, yeah,
Hell
dude.
Yeah, dude, he went to Washington State, represent.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he did like a semester or a year there.
That'd be dope. Van Damme.
Van Damme? Fuck yeah, dude.
I don't know. Sam Rockwell.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a really good choice.
That is really good.
Damn.
Am I thinking of the same Sam Rockwell?
It's in a movie called Matchstick Men.
Was he in Green Mile?
Yes.
Okay, he's the fucking ultimate villain.
That's a deep reach there.
Fuck.
I only say that because I just recently watched it, James.
Oh, okay.
My father-in-law has been telling me for a decade, you got to watch Green Mile. You got to watch Green Mile. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll watch it. And then I'll come over one weekend and be like, hey, did you watch Green Mile? Be like, yeah. Did you really? Fuck no, I didn't watch that shit.
Dude, it's so good.
And then I started feeling guilty. Like, what if he dies one day and I just never watched Green Mile? So I watched it.
God.
It's fucking amazing. I love Stephen King. Yeah. But Sam Rockwell is such an amazing villain.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he would do a great James MacMillan story.
Damn.
So, what about you, Alan?
Terry Crews.
Fuck yes, dude.
Yeah. All day.
Right.
Makes sense, I think.
Right.
That's a big black guy, right?
Yes. He does the...
With the titties.
Yep. The flex pad.
That's who I feel like. When I look in the mirror, that's who I see.
Is that right?
Yep.
Dude, it's 2019. If you don't have someone of color playing you, shame on you.
Yeah, true.
I picked a white dude to play a half Mexican dude, so.
Yeah.
But Bill Hader, you're going to get shit on for playing a half Mexican dude.
Right.
You got to eat it.
He's going to have to do, what would that be, beige face?
Yes.
Or like
beige.
Is it technically brown?
I don't know, dude. In the summer, I'm dark.
I was going to say, yeah, it
if
depends
it's a summer film and they're like, here's Jeff in the summer.
Yeah.
Right, because you're an Oregonian Mexican.
That's right.
Right, so you're like that white Mexican.
For sure.
That'd be cool, man.
Terry Crews as Alan Ashcraft?
Yeah. Just shredding on the kit.
Terry Crews.
Imagine.
That would be amazing.
They would have to have 35 drum sets just on back.
Yeah.
Just so that they could fucking... Because he would crush them.
Right.
Did you ever see the Chris D'Elia bit where he's talking about Terry Crews, how he was complaining about being sexually molested?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to bring that up, but I didn't want to bring it
so
up.
funny.
I forgot about that whole thing.
I didn't see the bit, though.
I don't know which...
I'll have to look that up.
I'm going to see if I can find it.
Yeah, do it. Alan, real quick. Your studio.
Yeah.
We recorded Splash Attack album here.
Yep.
Did you record drums here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Up
wasn't
with
there for that.
It was up with Jeff Bond.
Yeah.
Were you not here?
No.
Oh.
I was working, so I would come in and do my parts. I was there a little bit for the vocals and guitars, but I missed your time entirely.
I remember that because David and
Joe
and Chance.
Oh, okay.
Was he a person?
Yeah,
who was in the band?
yeah.
I jokingly, as I was setting up, they like saw, like I set up my double kick, and they were like, they're like, dude, you got to use that, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Like, I'm gonna be at like a 5 for you guys. You don't want to see an 11, you know. And
no, they wanted 11.
And so I did my thing, and then we were done, and then I think on the mic or whatever, I'd finished up like the last part, and Jeff Bond was like, all right, cool. Yeah, I think we're good if you want to come in and listen. And you hear either David or Chance, one of them, like grab the mic, and they're just like, hey, but real quick, can we see 11? And so they just wanted me to like shred.
Yeah.
And then that's where like some of those double kick parts got added.
Yeah.
Because they were like,
are you serious?
Just go crazy. Because like, and I was like, but that doesn't really make sense.
Right.
Like, just go full like double kick. And I was like, all right.
That's what I love about that band, or some of the bands I've been in is like, I've been in 2, but you know, you just have such an eclectic style from everybody that, especially with Splash Attack, super poppy, keys and all that, but you listen to that little EP and there's some heavy ass drums.
Well, yeah, and when you guys had Lane too, like Lane could play a lot of that shit.
Right.
So
super fun.
Dude, I cannot find this fucking thing. So annoying.
You'll never find it, James.
I know it's like right here.
I remember that bit. Yeah, I can't.
I never heard it.
Yeah, he was. I never assumed that D'Elia would be like that.
Oh, here it is. God,
blatantly insensitive about it, but he was, and it was funny.
It's not. I don't think it's insane. It's funny. It's fucking hilarious.
Hey, what's up with Terry Crews? What the fuck is he doing, man? Somebody grabbed your cock. What are you doing putting on a suit, talking into a microphone about it? What are you doing going to the... What are you doing trying to fucking go to the Supreme Court? But stop acting like you're a survivor. You know why? There's firemen. You know why? People have been in tsunamis. Somebody grabbed your cock? You had a bad day. While he held my genitals in his hand, was that he held the power. No, he didn't. You played football. Dude. Smash him.
Smash him.
Smash him.
Yeah, why didn't
Oh,
he?
he held your balls? Smash him. What?
Was that on his podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I love Theo. Theo, okay stand up, but on the pod when he's just riffing, he says the funniest shit,
Yeah,
man.
agreed.
I'll cry.
That provides the best segue because one of the pieces of news I had was it kind of brings for me it makes sense contextually to bring Theo in on it because James and I talked about this Justin Smollett from Empire or whatever.
I was just reading about it.
So like
It's on the current events.
yeah, so we talked about it when it was, fresh. And then, we do the podcast on the Wednesday. So I want to say it was like Thursday, Friday, whatever.
Right.
I listened to this past weekend and Theo is just guns blazing. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Like one of the first.
Yes.
And I'm like, Jesus, that's a very non-Theo, like, cause he's a very like sensitive kind of like, hey man, if
the
he's
fighter
going,
and the kid guys are the same way.
right. And
We're in
I'm
the
just
shop, I was
like,
I'm smelling something.
and I was
Really?
like, wow, dude.
Whoa.
And then, fast forward a week and a half, and it's starting to fucking look like
He
he
just
was
got
right.
charged by the Chicago Police Department.
Dude.
Did he really?
Yes.
Let's just roll into it. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it.
Some current events now.
Yeah.
'Cause
Do
it's
it.
time anyway.
Yeah.
Time it is.
Yes.
But think about, and then the thing is,
Crazy.
I didn't soak in all of the facts initially because I didn't really care.
Right.
But now, they're like, oh, he left the noose around his neck for hours until
Right.
the police or whatever. And there's allegations that he paid the attackers, quote unquote, like $3,500.
They're like his brothers, I
Yes.
think.
Right. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just some wild
I'm such a
shit.
nerd
Text
about
you an article.
Okay.
like, so I studied history and we're constantly using articles or different forms of media to make arguments. And when I'm hearing reports about this whole thing, there were some people who were saying allegedly the whole time. Mm-hmm. He allegedly was attacked. Yeah. He allegedly, and I saw one show where they were like, "Why do you keep saying allegedly?" And she was like, "Well, we don't know
why.
for sure.
That's
Until
how you should
we
report
know
things." Yes.
I'm not going to say for sure."
Oh, is that because it would be unintelligent to believe all victims?
No
like-
shit.
Okay, but Alan, for real, straight up, when you hear this story, I'm not going to lie. I was like, this seems a little just extreme.
No,
Pretty
I'm
over
in
the
support
top.
of it.
And he was doing like a press tour.
Yes.
Like, who the fuck
But
does
also, but there was a little bit of guilt in my heart where I'm just like, I kind of would not be surprised if this was bullshit, but I don't know how I feel about that.
I know. Yeah,
and then it comes out and you're like, okay, all right.
Well, and here's the thing. I support the phrase "believe all victims."
Right.
However, you need to become a victim first,
Right.
Not an accuser.
Using terms like allegedly protects all people.
Yes.
If you're going to report on it and you use allegedly, when it flips out when it comes around that it was true or wasn't true,
That's right.
Yeah.
you've reported it non-biasedly.
You're right, and allegedly doesn't mean that you do or don't believe either
Right.
party. It's
Right.
that all the facts aren't there. Mm-hmm. But I think people get accuser and victim. They get those are not interchangeable.
Right.
I can accuse you of something, but it has to be proven before I'm a victim.
Yeah, I think that saying shouldn't be believe all women or believe all victims. It should be take all victims seriously.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Like,
okay,
let's
that's fair.
do the research
Investigate
on
all claims.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, it's just fair to everyone.
For sure.
If that happened to me, that's what I would want.
Yeah.
I'd want the Chicago police to go and find these fuckers that did it.
Right.
Dude, what a crazy story, though. And also, that's not a good name, Jussie.
I know. That's
Why not?
I hate that fucking
Because it's not Jesse.
It's almost a name.
Almost Jesse.
Yeah. I know. I hate that name so much.
Be like Jums.
You know what?
It's like, oh,
Can I be
hey,
honest
I'm
with you
Jums.
guys?
I'm like, oh, hey, James. You're like, no, it's Jums.
Let me be honest with you. That fucking name makes me so
Asshole.
mad. Makes me want to fucking pour bleach on him. And put like a fucking
wow.
and put like maybe a new. I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding. Jesus.
God damn it.
So you just want to roll with this link right now? I have one queued up, but let's.
Yeah, but do both. I mean, there's a bunch now because new things are coming in.
Yeah. So Jussie Smollett faces prison, career ruin if he lied about attack.
Yeah, go down because there's a. Here, go back up. Sorry.
I think he's like looking at like felony 4 or something.
The best thing that Jussie can do is pray and pray a lot, said Ron, blah, 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 founder of a public relations place. If he made it up, he has big problems in both the court and law and the court of public opinion. And now there's new stuff coming in that the police want to talk to him. And now it's gone even farther where they're demanding that he comes and talks to him.
Good.
And on the way over here,
stop by on your press tour, creep.
Now he's listed as a suspect.
Good.
In the case.
Oh,
he's the only suspect.
Shit.
The guy that it was the victim is now the suspect. It's a huge deal to do that.
Well, yeah, and I've been feeling like forever when, like, you know, the Robin Givens, Mike Tyson shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fucking evidence, and she's, you know, there's plenty of comedic bits about how she claims that part of the rape was him going down on her.
Right.
Patrice O'Neal has a bit about how no rapist is ever trying to fucking make you feel good.
Right.
So, you know, and who knows? I don't know all the facts. A lot of people don't, but Mike Tyson served time for that, and to this day claims he didn't do it. Patrice also has a bit about that where he says when like Barbara Walters or whoever asked him, he said, you know what? I wish I really would have raped the bitch and her mama.
Oh my God.
And Patrice goes, that is an innocent man.
Right.
That fucking level of anger that, you know what? I wish I did do it and let me one up it because that's how mad I am that I've ever been accused of this shit.
Right.
And that should open my eyes. Once again, we don't know either way.
Right.
But I hope that maybe the best part of this could potentially be that Jesse becomes he becomes this kind of
apparently the video ended.
Oh, well. That's cool.
Fucking whatever.
That was more than 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully this puts kind of a lens on false accusers.
Right.
Because up until this point, I mean, so far this is the most trouble that a potential false accuser has gotten into.
Yeah.
Because it's typically just like, oh, he didn't rape you? Okay, well, no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Both of you just do your thing.
It's like, oh, you just ruined this guy's life.
Yeah, that's not okay.
It's not okay.
So, I mean, you know.
And it's also like just fucking super far liberal nonsense just going nuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone reported this as a true story. Everyone made it. Did you see Ellen Page, the actress?
No.
She was on Stephen Colbert show the other night. And she was talking about this case. And at the time, you know, most people, I guess, thought it was true. And so did she. So that's fine. I'm not blaming her for thinking it's true. But I do have a problem with her taking that story and turning it into this false narrative that doesn't exist.
Right.
She blamed Mike Pence and Donald Trump on this thing happening.
Jesus.
And she's saying,
well, that was the point of it.
Right. That's right.
That
is the point of it.
They
You're
don't
right.
realize how they're
Of why he
hurting
did it.
themselves
Yeah.
by co-opting these stories that are
know.
alleged.
I know.
I can nerd out on this
It's
so
making
hard,
it
James.
way worse, man.
Yeah,
if,
it is.
If you want to ensure that Donald Trump gets reelected, keep doing that.
Exactly.
Keep
Absolutely.
doing this. Keep being sensitive about everything. Keep making fun of people for liking Louis C.K.
Right.
All that. People are fucking tired of it, man.
Yeah.
They're tired of it.
And things that co-opting untrue stories to fit your agenda.
Yes.
You couldn't get more worse than that.
No, man.
Just to make your argument for a false story, and now
It's a bummer because I legitimately have problems with Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
I legitimately do.
Yes.
I didn't vote for him.
Right.
He's a fucking disgusting pig. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Right.
But I actually want to see him not elected.
Right.
So let's do it.
It's going to happen. It's going to. He's going to get reelected.
I have. Yeah. Almost no doubt about it. Yeah. I know. Look who's on the left. Like it's a bummer, dude.
Yes. And I'm sorry,
Alexandria.
Alan. This is my wheelhouse right here.
Well, I was just going to say, like, what are your thoughts about, not necessarily about Bernie Sanders in general, because he's announced that he's going to run.
Yes.
But specifically, I feel the most confident out of anybody on the left to deal masterfully with Trump's bullshit.
Yeah.
I think Bernie's made for it.
He's so made for it. And one point that I think about is everybody else on the left, all their talking points originate from Bernie when he ran 2 years ago.
The young girl, Alexandria something.
AOC.
I love her too, if I'm being honest.
I do not.
You don't like her?
I do not. So I was all for
rent.
her at first, but then she started doing shit like this.
I believe she's going to be our first female president, not in 2020.
Okay.
But I think at some point she's going to be.
I hope to God she's not.
Me too.
Dude, you're a like-minded guy.
Yeah.
Do 10 minutes of deeper research.
Yes.
You'll want to barf.
She's playing
the amount
game.
of number that doesn't even make sense.
Right.
And
she's playing Donald Trump's game, and that's who's going to win. If anybody on the Democratic side is going to win any election, it's by playing his game, by turning vicious, by calling names, by being extreme. Now,
so extreme.
Yes.
The new Green Deal.
Yes. And I think that
over a 70% tax rate.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
and I
stuff
think
that
people
will never
not on the internet who have conversations,
Yeah.
they want someone moderate, someone who's not fucking out of their
course.
mind or
Of course.
tweeting everything. And
Yeah.
those people are going to lose. Bernie, I think he's got some kind of extreme ideas as far as like fiscally, but the arguments on everyone that's put their name in the hat, they're all making arguments that he made 2 years ago.
No, that's the truest thing
Yeah.
ever. Yeah.
What I would like to see.
He used to be extreme.
Yes. Oh,
And now-
absolutely.
Now it's like
now he's a moderate.
I just
And
one of-
everyone's like, this
one of
fucking
the guys
guy.
on the left.
From what I understand, wealthy people fucking hate Bernie.
Well, yeah, he's
because
trying
of
to
his
tax
fiscal
the
ideas.
fuck out of him.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be an insurmountable.
I'm not going to
Obstacle.
Yeah, he's not my cup of tea. But
Yeah.
Well, so Jake is who I do say what you mean, and he grew up very conservative,
Right.
and he was a registered Democrat or Republican. He still is. That's why we created the show, because we had very different backgrounds.
Right.
We wanted to come together with kind of my liberal hippie-ness and his conservative type butthole,
Yeah.
and just come and exchange ideas and be an example of civil conversation. And he doesn't agree 100% on all the things that I think, and I in the same way, but we talk about it, we hash it out. Sometimes we end the episode with, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I think both of us are just waiting and hoping that Biden throws his name in the hat, because that's our guy. He's kind of an old school guy.
he'd be the closest on the Democratic side for me.
But I don't think he's going to win.
The JFK up there.
Yeah.
That's like old. What do they call it? Blue dog Democrat.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
right.
like, because you said it the other day, how Democrat used to be a different thing.
Yeah, my dad identifies as not Democrat, as Kennedy Democrat.
And that's what I would
He will
say.
actually say that.
Yeah.
It's actually more like libertarian.
Right. Yes, absolutely.
Like a liberal libertarian.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's probably close to what I am.
I had a conversation with a Trump supporter the other day, and I know this individual to kind of be extreme in his ideas, older guy, and I said, I don't know if, because it's a friend of mine's dad. I said, I don't know if he told you, but I'm kind of like a liberal snowflake. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah. And then we started having a conversation, but I started getting into my thoughts on gun rights, my thoughts on the First Amendment mostly, and how I think that, you know, if you start creating this echo chamber and not giving a voice to those people on the right and shutting them down and not giving them an opportunity to speak about things that they think, that's just hurting the process.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you could see this guy's like almost, I could see his thought of me change just by his demeanor and the way he's thinking. Because if you have those conversations in person, it's much different than online.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I saw a guy do a live feed on YouTube, and he was walking around at it was a Ben Shapiro protest. You know Ben Shapiro's?
Okay.
So he was talking at, I want to say Southern California University or something like that, somewhere in California, maybe Berkeley even.
Yeah.
And like tons of people wanted to shut the talk down.
Yes.
And anyway, what I found really interesting is, again, it was live. So he wasn't like editing
Right.
at all. It was,
You're seeing
could
the
see
live
it
stream. Yeah.
And I would say 60% of the people or more that he interviewed, he would ask them specifically, like, what about Ben Shapiro
Don't you like or
do you not
disagree
like,
with?
or
Yeah.
why do you think you should not be allowed to talk?
Right.
And most of them would say, oh, well, I don't even really listen to him. Like, I
Yes.
don't want to give him a platform where, like, I don't want to support the podcast or
Yeah.
And so it starts occurring to you, like, so you don't even know who it is. You've
Right.
just heard this echo chamber, like you were saying.
Right.
You're just part of this team.
Yeah.
You are the left. I am a liberal. You
Right.
see?
I'm
And I
part
was
of this
told
tribe.
that Ben Shapiro was a Nazi.
Yes.
And you're like, did you know he's Jewish? And
Yes.
Like, oh, I wasn't aware of that. Like,
Oh, you can break those people down
It's
quick.
crazy.
I watch a lot
It's a
of
bummer.
Steven Crowder.
yeah.
And I watch Crowder
I do too, yeah.
because I like, although he used to be worse about the change my mind stuff, he would come in and then flip what he was actually talking about.
Yeah.
He would make it seem like he was talking about one thing and he would change it. He's gotten better about it.
He bums me out with how loyal he is to the right.
Right.
but-
But it's great insight.
Dude, I've learned a lot.
Yes.
From him.
It's great insight,
Absolutely.
but also there's that voice and I think it makes me a better person to hear
Yeah.
what they have to say.
Absolutely.
And not shut
Me
those
too.
people out.
Learn a lot, yeah.
I know. So I went to Washington State University, Vancouver, and on campus, with the people I surrounded myself with, I was a history major. A lot of people think like in those social sciences, we're all just liberal, whatever, you're indoctrinated.
Yeah.
But everyone I always met or knew was always just like, think for yourself. And there was these protesters there. They were anti-abortion protesters, some religious people, and they had some big signs and they were yelling their protests or whatever. Like, maybe because I'm an older student, or I wasn't an older student, my ability to just walk past them just makes sense. I don't see why anybody else couldn't do that.
Right.
But then you have like a circle of younger students kind of circle around them, and they're getting into this banter. And I talked to one student, and he's like, I'm just so annoyed that they're here. And I'm like, why?
I know. Yeah.
Put your headphones in.
It's so crazy.
Walk to class. And I swear this is the first time I had ever heard this on that campus or in a college environment ever. It's like, because they're in my space, like I need a safe space to come and learn. Yeah. I lost my shit.
Yeah.
Well, I had to leave.
But to be fair, they're being told that. A lot of their professors are telling them.
See, that argument is made. I've never heard a professor ever say that. And maybe that's just my experience, and I'm very blessed to have that.
There's absolute lunacy.
Here's the thing, though. Even if a professor is saying that, have a professor say that to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's going to go in one ear and out the other.
I would challenge them and say, are you fucking serious?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
So then...
like, I've been out in the world. It's not safe. I've been on tour my whole fucking life.
That's something like...
It's the opposite of safe.
That's the same thing. It's like that Munchausen shit where like a mom tells their kid they're sick all the time.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
God.
Like they want to keep the bones nice and fragile so that they have... My professor needs to back the fuck off.
Yeah.
I know what's up.
Challenge
that's a really
me.
good metaphor.
Yeah,
that was great.
I think that's probably
don't
what
keep me
it is.
sick because it's fucking furthering your agenda. I know what's up.
Right.
I can walk right by. Also, I came across. I think these people on YouTube are they kind of like the classic Ridgefield
maybe
like camo hat. I came like their team. There was somebody with a camera inside, and I watched like an hour and a half video.
Yeah,
it was on campus at WSUV, and just a bunch of like young girls coming up and like, it's our bodies up, and I'm just like, walk away.
When you do that, you're victimizing them. Mm-hmm. You're giving their voice a stronger.
Yeah.
So do you guys know who Joey Gibson is?
No.
Okay, he's associated with the Proud Boys, but he does Patriot Prayer. Is his group.
Crazy.
And he ran for House representative in Clark County. He's a little extreme. He's the one, I don't know if you guys seen the news recently, but he's in the Oregonian. It's fucking shady shit. He's been texting a police chief.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Oh.
So I know an organization that has a medium where they could have these conversations. They've just told him no because they don't want to give him that voice.
Yeah.
I'm affiliated with this association, so I told him, let him come on and say what you mean.
Yeah.
That is somebody I would love to talk to.
Right.
One, because I'm going to challenge him on his ideas.
Yeah.
But also to give him to let people listen.
Yeah.
When you shut these people down. So at that protest, there was kids holding up signs like, my body, my choice or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to silently protest alongside them and have your sign, you could do it yelling too. It's your First Amendment right. Do whatever the fuck you want. But then the student stands up, climbs up onto this rock and was like, we will silence them.
God.
I left.
Yeah.
I had to go.
You have
that
to.
shit pisses me the
That's
fuck off.
so insecure.
It's why?
It's the first place that takes me is like when you have a girlfriend, you're out at the bar and some guy hits on her.
Yeah.
The dudes that get super aggro and want to fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, you scared you're gonna lose her?
Yeah.
Like I've literally been on a date with a girl that I'm dating for like a year, and no shit, I think you met her, Tiana.
Yeah.
There was a line of like 7 guys.
Yeah.
Just all taking their turn, and they're all crashing and burning, and I'm just hanging out watching it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not worried at all. And here's the thing:
Right.
if fucking David Beckham is one of them, and takes her away, then I'm like, fair.
I mean, you bow out if it's David
I go, hey man,
Beckham.
Kill it. I don't know why the fuck you want her.
Right.
Like, can I have yours?
Yes. Swap.
Yeah, because Posh is real nice.
Yeah. So but it could also be, I'm thinking about that student standing up and saying that, just showing off for other students.
Right.
Like, look at me.
That's the other thing. The narcissism of like that. You think you're in Braveheart, like you're standing on this fucking hill.
We'll fight them.
It's not really that at all.
Sorry, I took that way off.
No, that's
totally.
There's no rules.
I love that shit.
We almost never do politics on the show, so that's
yeah, it's
fine.
true.
I knew it was going to come up with me. I love it. It's so much fun.
Good, man. I think we're probably like-minded. Freedom of speech
absolutely.
should rule.
Yeah.
Dude, a lot of the news...
Like, literally, whatever you want to say.
Right.
Some of the news links you sent me are dope. I didn't even know about this Russell Peters thing.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Let's
fucking
go.
sick. And it's TMZ, so we got a little video. It says comedian Russell Peters helps take down attempted jewelry thief in NYC.
Whoa.
That's tight.
And there's video?
Yeah, it's just like the camera in the store, so there's no audio or anything.
Okay.
Hear about that.
I'm all about that though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can see like this dude grabs some shit and starts running out, and Russell Peters just fucking grabs him.
All right, let's see what we got.
So the guy in the red hoodie is Russell Peters.
Okay.
Oh, I guess they'll do the job for me.
Yeah. Thanks, TMZ.
So this
That's
guy's
the
about to
thief.
gank something.
Yeah, he ganks it. He's like, peace.
Interesting. He's talking to somebody.
Casual.
Yep. Cool. I'm just going to go out here. Hey, wait, sir, you got something. Oh, okay. And then the store owner kind of holds him. Then he tries to get away, and Russell hops in.
Oh, damn.
Oh, and some other dude, some burly boy.
Tackling him down.
He's a beast, dude. He's like a wrestler or a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, that's
he's
right. He does.
boxing his whole life.
There's like 7 dudes on him.
Yeah, he ain't going anywhere.
No, he's done.
Kind of random though, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Because he's so rich. He's in there buying Rolexes.
Yeah.
Right
That's cool.
Oh, yeah, a little rear naked show.
Yeah, get him. Twist that.
Yeah, you don't, and that's the thing. He didn't have to do that.
Right,
He could
no.
have been like this dude.
I know. The guy's like, oh, you guys got it? I'll just
He's like,
chill
hey,
here.
I
with
can
my-
barely stand on my own. I got to fucking use this.
I'm holding myself up.
I want to rip my
God.
cardigan.
Oh, damn.
And you know that thief right now is like, yo, just let me go.
Yeah, like, please take it.
If I get
I'm
even
out.
an inch of space, I'm Usain Bolt out this bitch. Fuck.
Yeah, pretty crazy, huh?
That's sick.
Have you seen those videos of those like pranksters where they'll go into like a jewelry store, they'll try on the stuff and then bolt to a mirror?
Oh, yeah. I saw a guy in a
it's
shoe store.
So funny.
A guy
No
putting on an
way.
expensive pair of kicks, and then he fucking bolts out the store, and then he comes back like he's just training. He just wanted to see if he could run in them.
Right.
And the fucking store owner is like, all right, cool, man.
I love it.
Like just all out of breath.
There's this whole compilation. I think it's like somewhere in Asia, but all these women go in and they try on this jewelry and bolt right to the mirror, and the people are jumping over the counters to stop them.
sick. And then
they act casual, like
then you got to look at the store owner like he's a psycho. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Calm
Oh,
down,
yeah.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
so good.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
What else we got? You had another really good one.
How you feeling, James?
Pretty ill.
Good.
I
Like
gotta,
illin?
I
Or
gotta
like,
get better, man. I'm going to
ill?
Disneyland on Sunday morning.
Don't even fucking get me on Disneyland.
So great.
I'm obsessed.
It's so good.
I'm obsessed. That's where
I
I, went
thought
for
you were
my
gonna
honeymoon.
talk shit. I was like, baseball and now Disneyland. Get the fuck out.
That's where I went for my honeymoon. I went a few years later after that.
People who haven't been and that are, because a lot of our like-minded musician, podcasting artists, they're very cynical, right? We tend to be very cynical.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah.
But I kind of hate too.
For sure.
Like Disneyland, it's like, if you've never been, you don't understand how amazing it is.
Right.
You walk in the door and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Nowhere else
this is
exists.
Crazy.
This
is crazy.
I read like a 1,300 page like autobiography on Disney.
And my dad is obsessed.
It
He
was
used to work there.
amazing. What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yes,
so
he's still
awesome.
part of like the Disney alumni.
Right.
They call them cast members.
Yeah.
So yeah, he worked at like a hat shop,
That's
magic
awesome.
shop. He met Michael Jackson at Disneyland.
Whoa.
Yeah.
For a long time, I was like
Late
looking
80s, I
into
think.
like applying as a Disney historian for them because they have archives and all that stuff.
Oh, dude, you and my dad should talk. It's
it'd
there's a.
be so
Did you watch
amazing.
the Disney documentary on Netflix?
Oh, fuck yeah.
There's a new one.
Maybe
It's really
Oh,
good.
not the new one.
It's dope.
Not the new one. Okay, I'll
Crazy.
check it out.
There's shit on there I didn't even know
I'm
about.
so jealous. How long are you going for?
We'll be at Disneyland 3 days in a row.
3? I did 4
That's
one
good.
time, and I never want to do anything less than 4.
Yeah, I believe it.
3 is doable though.
Yes.
It's doable.
3's doable if you've been there before.
Right.
Then you
Yeah,
know
okay,
what's
that
up,
makes sense.
like
Right.
fast passes and all that
Yes.
shit. But if it's your first time, 3's not nearly
No.
enough.
You hear people like, I'm going for 1 day. Like, what are you doing?
Yes. How?
Unless
'Cause
you-
if it's a
better
shitty
than nothing,
day,
but-
it's a shitty Disneyland day.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
for sure.
Yeah.
If you live there, though,
I know.
like,
We're rolling the dice on the weather too.
Yeah, true.
Ooh.
Kind of.
You'll be all right.
It's been raining a lot in LA lately.
Oh, I did see that actually.
I wonder if like
What are you gonna do?
It's Disneyland. Fuck it.
rain
Fuck
in
it.
LA is nothing like rain here, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably not
Oh,
even
yeah.
gonna feel like that to
Dude,
you.
you're gonna be wearing a tank top, and everyone's gonna be
Yeah.
bundled up. Like, calm
right.
down.
It's fucking dope,
What
dude.
do you got,
I
Alan?
love it. this R. Kelly thing.
Oh, dude, I had never heard that Ethiopia clip until
man.
I listened to your guys' show.
Crazy
Yeah.
shit.
Holy
so
shit.
good.
I know.
What's sexier than asking a woman if she's got
He's
her
out there
shots?
shopping, dude.
Yeah.
Back to America.
Oh my god! When he's belting it, the backup singers, America.
I know.
Oh,
I love the
my
idea that
word.
he's burnt a lot of his bridges here.
Yeah.
So like being a predator here is like it's slim pickings because
Yes.
people know his face. He's got to go to Ethiopia,
Oof.
and he knows it's a little less clean. So he's like, fuck, you got your shots. Like, I got to shop
That's
a little
the
lower,
worst.
little lower on the rack.
Did you watch the whole thing?
We didn't. I don't know if we watched anything.
Yes.
Do you
I got
have
it.
your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America?
With Rob.
Rob.
America.
The echo.
Did you get your shots?
Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like
So
to
bad,
come?
dude.
What a gross guy.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Documentary?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
I blasted through it.
I know. So there's new stuff.
Yeah, what do you got?
Yeah, they R. Kelly facing new charges after new video shows sex acts with underage girl. So
I think I heard about this.
I saw a. Is this not the one that they referenced in the documentary, the docu
think it's
series?
a new
They're
sex
being
tape.
very vague. They're
Oh.
saying that it's an old VHS tape that surfaced showing singer engaging in sex with an underage girl, but they don't even know.
See, I thought this was the P tape.
Maybe it is, but
Because I saw a thing where CNN said we have the P tape, but like they couldn't show it because that was actually going to be one of my pieces of news. So I feel like that's what this is, but it also would not surprise me in the slightest if there's just another video.
Right.
I mean, he had, dozens of victims.
Yeah, he said
Exactly.
dozens of videos, they said.
Right. Yeah. So
He
it's
filmed everything.
My thing is like, cool. Are we all on the same page? He's a monster. Can
He's a
we
monster?
get this done?
Do we
Can
need any
Yeah.
more details?
Let's go ahead and put him away. I don't know what else we're.
Dude, it says the videotape shows Kelly having sex with girl who reportedly, quote, refers to her body parts as 14 years old. So he even says it in the video.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Ugh.
Nah.
Yuckity yuck
Fuck
yucky.
it. That's the thing about that Ethiopia video is in that documentary they kind of separate Rob and R. Kelly. R. Kelly's the guy who lures them in, and Rob is the monster. But in
Right.
that video, he's like, "Do you want to come back to America
know.
with Rob?"
Yeah.
It's like, okay, he's fucking straight predator now.
That's right.
He's not even trying
not
to
even
play R. Kelly. He's
Yeah.
like, "Come back with Rob. Call me dad."
This is kind of gross and a little warning to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and it referring to the video again, it says the girl calls him daddy several times,
Yeah.
and they both are heard referring to her genitalia as, quote, 14-year-old pussy.
Oh wow.
The man in the video also asks the girl to urinate, and when she's done, he urinates on her.
Okay. Yeah. So that sounds like that's the P tape.
I
Yeah.
think it is.
A new one or the same one? You think?
Well,
I get the vibe.
maybe there's multiple. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. I don't know.
It sounds just like the one.
What's
though,
really
right?
creepy about him is it doesn't really feel like, other than them being underage, he doesn't really have a thing, because there's these like odd outliers where like he had the one girl dressed as a boy.
Right.
Yeah.
That he didn't have a history of that. There isn't a pattern of that we're aware of. And I wonder if the P thing is also, I wonder if like when
I know what you mean, yeah.
when you have this like kind of this sick obsession with power and you get it, much like a lot of things, it's probably it satiates you for X amount of time, but then you need to jump it up. It's like a lot. A lot of serial killers maybe start as rapists,
Right.
and then they kill.
It's like millionaires or billionaires once
Yeah.
they bought everything they can.
And then killing isn't
Yeah.
enough. You need to torture them
Right.
first, and like you got to get more creative, and because you're constantly chasing this
Then you're a
dragon.
cannibal.
Yep. Yeah, you're just going for
Yikes,
it,
dude.
So he's probably like, yeah, shit, girl, I'm bored. How about you draw a beard on yourself? And I don't know, just Rob ain't feeling it no more. Like, he probably
Rob
talks
ain't
about
feeling
himself in third
Oh,
person. and shit.
absolutely.
Oh man.
It's fucking sad, dude.
Draw a beard for daddy. That's
Yeah.
probably what he's
Daddy,
doing.
can I eat something?
Oh, it's
Daddy,
dark.
I need to go potty. It's the worst, dude. They have to call him from a fucking different city.
Yeah, that. You also have you got trying to remember what was the I got to be PC now, so my brain goes slower. This woman.
Oh, fuck my life.
What was the internet It's a.
Are you avoiding saying trans?
No, but there was like a Macho Man something like.
Oh yeah.
Or a Hulk Hogan. Like they had some.
Well, I think
some
Super Ma'am is what what she's referring to herself
great.
as.
Also, if that's her rap name,
what was it?
Serotonin. I like that shit. That's great.
Dude, so just a quick recap.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the
GameStop?
Yep, this is the woman from GameStop.
Right.
That was hulking out at the guy.
Hulking out.
And in a very manly voice saying, it is ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And the GameStop employee was understandably making a mistake by saying sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it went viral, and she was on the news, and she very quickly used those 15 minutes of fame as a victim to say, I'm also a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all kind of just let it go, me included.
Right.
But she's back with
but now we get to hear said rap.
the Superman.
Oh, okay.
And her rap name is Sarah, last name Tonin.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah. And that is it. Superman returns.
And it's not a full song. It's like 40-second song for some reason.
Also, time the fuck out. Is she not kind of poking fun at her situation with the whole Superman thing? Like if somebody on the internet called her that, it'd piss her off, right?
I
don't think so.
No.
Because it's a play on man.
Right.
Superman.
So she's at least alluding to it. She's playing in that yard
But would you
a little
say
bit.
it if it was...
Why isn't it Superwoman?
Well,
okay.
I don't know. Maybe that's like the what am I trying to say? The account that uploaded this video is not her. So maybe that person's calling it that.
Right.
Oh, right. That's like an internet name.
For sure.
But I think she does refer to it as Superman in the song. I think. Dude, the comments are unbelievably funny.
All right.
Go down them real quick. Oh, they're crazy.
Oh, hey, it's that dude from GameStop. What up, my man?
Oh my God.
That's my favorite one.
The internet is so savage. No filters.
Logan Paul has really let himself go.
Ooh.
Oh, Macho Man. That's what I couldn't think of.
I mean, it's mean, but they are kind of funny.
Yeah. Can we
Sorry, you can't be a weirdo on the internet.
Can we pee break real quick?
Yeah, let's do stuff like that.
Yeah, let's pee break and then we'll
come back
do the
with
Superman thing.
Love it. Did you get your shots?
Get a
You
nap
get to
in.
work at 1?
Well, I get up at 1.
My God.
Yeah, it's the fucking worst.
What time do you start?
2.
Doing what?
Oh, what do I? It's a trucking industry. I'm a weights and research coordinator, so I do a bunch of like inspections on freight and make sure it's classified properly.
Yeah.
And it's much different than the job I was doing. I kind of
Do you work at 2 every day?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. My boss is in Tacoma though, so sometimes I come in at 3.
Why
I
not?
fucking abuse the shit out of it, dude.
Yeah, fuck
I'm the
it.
worst
so early
about
that
it.
no one cares.
Huh?
It's so early that no one
Yeah,
cares.
right. And if my numbers are up, he doesn't give a fuck.
Well, dude, if somebody goes, you got here at 3, you're supposed to be here at 2, be like, bro, I was here at 2. You need to get more sleep.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You fuck with them.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude. Maybe this isn't the shift for you, dude. You're all tired and stupid.
So what time are you off work?
10?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Do you go
10
home and
every
nap?
day.
I would imagine.
Fuck yeah, I go immediately to sleep. And then I get up and hang out with my wife for a little bit. And
Yeah.
Dude,
take a
something
quick nap.
happened to me
Interesting.
where on tour, like bandmates would be mad at me because I could fall asleep anywhere.
yeah, I can't
at
do
any
that
time.
shit. No.
And in the last year, I've completely lost that power.
Really?
Last night, dude, I went to bed too early, woke up at 11, was up till 5 a.m. So I was just awake from 11 to 5.
Yep.
Yeah, your
I do that
sleep
shit
has
all the
been
time,
awfully-
dude.
Dude, my sleep is fucked. And it
Yeah.
all started with that last minute shit for Muse.
Yep.
And then a last minute
By the way,
gig for-
congratulations on getting that.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you talk about it on the show?
Yeah, just last minute tour merch for Muse.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's amazing.
It is so
I know
awesome.
nothing about their tour dates. Like I
Right.
don't know if that.
Right.
But then the very next day, I was kind of like, okay, well, I stayed up, until 6 a.m. doing that, so I'll just go to bed early. And then I got another last minute thing for the rapper Kevin Gates, who I'm a huge fan of. So I was like, yeah, I can't say no to that.
Right.
And I had freelance shit that was building up, so it's like it's the littlest like hitch in your schedule that you think it's a small hit. But then there's waves
Yes.
throughout, you
Oh,
know.
dude.
And like this week, we're doing 2 podcasts.
Oh, really?
We have a show this Sunday.
When
so
does this one come out?
this one will probably be Monday.
Okay.
And then I don't know if we've discussed what we're going to do for Friday, but we're not doing one next week potentially, right?
Yeah,
because you'll be in D-Land.
I think we'll use Fridays as
Bank
the
'em.
one.
Yeah.
It's the way to go sometimes.
Well, and we're flirting with the idea of doing a live show for episode 69.
Shut up.
So because of that, it might be good to have one banked, because obviously if we do a live show, then it's over.
Right.
There is no...
Where would you do something like that?
Here. We would just try to figure out the audio video situation.
Okay, I thought you were talking like fucking show.
Which I have a GoPro. That most recent drum video, that was a GoPro with no mic. And
Was that yours?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I was blown away. And I can get an additional mic and shit. Mm-hmm. But the video is it's 1080.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I have a Canon camera that shoots 4K.
Bring that shit here, bro.
Yeah. So
what are you waiting for?
So we got some options.
That's awesome.
You
flirt with that.
know how many times people get annoyed that we don't do video?
Yeah.
I mean, I hear it every week.
Yeah, I mean, luckily you and I are on the same page.
Our numbers do really good on video.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's just kind of where they're headed.
Right.
There's still those holdouts. Like I would have to say I'm more audio.
I'm 100% auditory.
I am too.
But I get that there's, especially like the younger demographics and shit. Like, dude, like my little brother,
Look at
he's
you guys conforming to what they're
Well,
asking.
it depends on the show, actually.
whatever for the money, dude.
Right,
I would say like the fighter and the kid, I'm like half and half. Half
Right.
audio, half video.
Yeah.
Same with Rogan. Your Mom's House podcast, I'm almost exclusively video just because of the nature of what they do.
Yeah, they're more like YouTube video shit.
Yeah. You ever hear something and you're like, I gotta fucking see them.
Yeah,
say
all the
this.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
But then it's that podcast where the where you were in your audio podcast doesn't line up on the
Right.
video, and you're
Yeah.
like, cool, Easter egg hunt to find this horse shit.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Dude,
fun.
when Kevin Smith was on with Rogan and they were both crying about their dogs,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I've got to see this,
Yo.
dude.
Yes.
Right.
I know, dude. Fuck.
What other current event do we have?
Well, let's scope Superman.
Oh, Superman.
oh, that's right.
yes.
Yeah, we never listened to it.
Bring that fire.
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 Okay.
Oh, so this is only 47 seconds.
Yeah, I'm
long.
looking for critics. I got a thing or two to say to you, so give this chick a minute. I'ma take the mic away from you. They got a thing to prove while millions of people talking shit. Watching Tipping GameStop, bitch, straight off the shit. Intentionally misgendered once, you're gonna get corrected. Do it twice, I'm disrespected. 3 times and I get aggressive. But the 4th to a sticker, need a 5th of summon demons. And the bitches fit the screaming, so heated, I'm fire breathing. Cause the bitch just isn't seeing how it feels when they attacking us. And most don't even see it when they beat us till they fracture us. Until we crack and bust, the ashes dust. You fucking laugh at us. You bastards just continue coming after us just to damage us. But bitch, we fucking fabulous. Ready to chop ahead of 3 and put an end to teams that maliciously misgendered.
Hey, what do you know? It's a fucking mess.
Yeah, it's awful.
So loud, dude.
That
The
is
music
horrendous.
is so
horribly
loud.
mixed.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. How are you going to kick that shit over and then come back and be like, give me your number to corporate?
Yeah.
I'd be like, get the fuck out of here,
Yeah,
dude.
for real. You're done.
Or ma'am.
Yeah.
Not dude.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Dude,
Fucking
what are you
shit.
going to do? That is...
I don't know what you guys
records,
are talking about. That is a talented rapper.
Yes.
Yeah, Jesus.
I mean, Jay-Z who?
The rushed rap, dude. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
You have a lot to say, so say it as fast as you can.
Yeah.
And
And make sure it's like super fucking offbeat.
Yep.
Way
so
off
that people's
beat.
ears bleed.
Right.
Ugh.
But you're listening.
It's true.
God.
Yeah. That's the thing though. Like we're listening because she lost her shit in a GameStop.
Yeah.
He's a
I mean,
absurd person.
their policies are fucked.
Oh yeah. No, for sure.
Do you know why she was tripping? She tried to return something and they don't give you your money back. They only give you store credit.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes. So
Jesus.
I'd be fucking losing my shit too.
That's the only way they stay in biz.
I
Dude,
know it.
I took like 52 PlayStation 2 games in one
$10.
time. Yeah. I think it was under $10. It was like
You're
eight,
like, oh, cool.
$8 or $9.
These are all 50 or 60.
yeah.
New.
Offer up, dude.
I'm like,
Throw it on
okay.
there.
Yeah, oh, I did. I actually
Oh,
put
really?
my I put my PlayStation 3 and a slew of games on there for like I think for 200 and some guy came. He was I always get nervous when I sell shit like that cuz I was like, man, this dude's going to be sketchy.
Yep.
Or he's going to be like, here's the money, psych stab, you know. And instead he
Psych stab.
he was just this big goofball where he was like, well, it's my birthday today. And my wife was like, you know, you can get whatever you want. And I was like, well, this kid's selling a PlayStation 3. And I was like, okay. And then he gives me the money and he like got giddy. But
That's amazing.
But then keep this in mind. This guy got giddy, but he was in camo, like fucking shorts, like kind of hardcore shorts. And then just Oakland Raiders, everything else, had tattoos on his face. Mm-hmm. He looked hard as shit.
Right.
But then he was giggling about this thing. And I was like, that is it was like a bonus on top of being paid.
For sure.
I was like, he's so pumped.
It's precious, dude.
Yeah, he's just a little, he's just a little 40-year-old, 14-year-old
trying to game, dude.
Some fucking face.
Wait,
tattoo.
why would people pay more than GameStop? Because GameStop's just going to upsell them.
Oh,
That's the only reason.
Yeah, I'd rather buy from somebody on one of those apps or something.
Well, and typically you're just a more incentivized seller too. You're just like, okay, 100. And if you tell somebody like that, like a private seller, 75, they're going to go, okay, cool.
Yeah,
just get this the fuck out of my house.
Dude, my brother's the champion of that.
Oh,
He's always like $5.
Yep.
No, I'm not doing. I'm coming right now with $5. I'll pay you right now.
Yeah.
All right, come get it.
I could
or
totally
let me
see
ask
that.
my wife. And the wife's always say yes, dude.
Let me ask my wife.
Master of that, dude.
He's the king of that shit.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And he's so good at like getting personable, so that you want to give him a deal.
Yeah.
Even though it's fucking you financially.
You're like, dude,
So
this
weird.
guy is so sweet. I'm gonna sell everything I have for $5.
See what else we got.
Yeah, we'll do
Hey,
that.
before you play that, I got a question for you, Jeff.
Okay.
So you're a fellow podcaster.
I am a fellow podcaster.
Now, you have obviously a personal Instagram account, and you have both podcasts have their own account.
Yes.
Do you think that's what we should do? Or do you think we should stay? Because right now we just have our personal account,
right,
and then I have the management account.
Yes.
That
I think the podcast needs its own.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Why?
Because when you tag like management, it's like, what the fuck?
I know.
This?
Well, I always ask people not to, but they do anyway.
Well, where else are they gonna go?
Tag me and Alan.
No, fuck that.
I think even
because we were trying to drive traffic to our personal accounts.
I think on the last one,
I mean, if that's your goal, then yeah, absolutely do that. But
I mean, actually, I don't mind if people tag Stateside. Actually, I want them to, but I don't want them to call it the Stateside Management Podcast.
No, fuck no.
It's not.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. No,
podcast.
there's something about celebrating what you guys are doing. I know as far as like somebody who listens to you guys,
it's the home for it.
Yeah, it's the home for it. You can go to
know.
it. There's a place for eventually, hopefully,
That's true, because
interaction.
we could be like not so worried about the social assets. You know how we don't want to flood our feeds with
Right.
it?
Yeah.
Right.
Like with your thing, that's your brand. You're a design guy, and you don't want to have just only podcasts.
yeah, I don't want him to think that like that's my podcast page.
Right.
Yeah, because he doesn't post on his feed for the podcast almost ever, but you do on the story.
Yeah.
and I totally get why.
If you
do
have
that.
a one single spot about, say, last episode, and you guys say some shit I want to make fun of you about, now I have to go to both your pages to make fun of you for it?
Yeah.
I want to go to one single spot
Yeah, true.
where I can
I
comment
gotcha.
on something about what you guys have been talking about. I think it just creates a better interaction for people who listen, but also,
yeah,
it's a part of, you're all part of a team. You're all part of the
Similar to
Stateside
how
team.
like a band has one.
Absolutely.
It's not 4 or 5 different members saying,
Right.
hey, we got a show at this fucking venue.
I 100% push the podcast pages. Don't fucking add me.
Well, it's funny because some people don't do it. But I think the only people that like Rogan doesn't have the Rogan podcast.
Right.
It's just Joe Rogan. But that's a little different because it's literally called the Joe Rogan podcast.
It's one guy.
Or Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
It's
Well, and also those dudes, a lot of those guys, they got big for something else and then said, well, fuck with my fame, let's do a podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. They go up and then lateral where we're kind of like, we're not celebrities. So
like I love the Fighter and the Kids Instagram account. Mm-hmm. Because it's a fun place to go. Like they're constantly posting videos of the show and shit. Mm-hmm. And like I've been looking for an intern, by the way, if you're listening, I'm looking for an intern. So hit me up for the management stuff and also for the podcast.
Yeah, great.
And that would be a really good thing to deploy an intern
sure.
to do with social media.
Yeah.
They could just literally be in the room with us with a fucking phone.
That'd be
filming
awesome.
This and
I do look at
generating
it as
content.
like being in a band. Like you're just marketing the one thing that you guys have together.
Okay. Well, sorry, I didn't want to burn
no
time
worries.
talking about that, but I was just curious what you thought.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just my thoughts.
yeah, no, good
right.
insight.
What do we got?
Well, first I just want to show you guys this because
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Uh-oh.
It says, what could go wrong? Dwarf goes at it with a sheep.
What? That's adorable.
There's no sound, but it's dope.
Wait, is that a little kid or is that a dwarf?
As a dwarf.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Little person.
And that sheep is like, dude, I didn't want to do that. But like,
He's
you going
like-
to throw punches at me?
Yeah, you're flexing on me.
Like, bro, I'm trying to warn you. Crack.
Most ineffectual
animal knew.
kicks ever.
That animal knew.
Yeah, it's like I got this.
Yeah. This dude is threatening me. I'm going to kill it.
That's a perfect way to put it. That animal knew.
Shit.
Oh boy.
So I guess yeah, we have the Vatican thing or Amadeus. What do you think?
Well, just real quick, the Amadeus thing's going to be the movie pick. That'll be.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
I have to kind of give context for that one.
Okay.
So let's do this story.
Yeah.
The Vatican one. Where did it go?
So it says bombshell book alleges a Vatican gay subculture hypocrisy.
Yeah. So there's a book out. Actually, Brian Callum talked about this on their podcast. That's how I heard about it. A French writer who is gay, lifted what he calls one of the world's largest gay communities, the Vatican, estimating that most of its prelates are homosexually inclined and attributing much of the current crisis in the Catholic Church to an internal struggle. So this guy, I think he was a priest or something along those lines. He lived in the Vatican walls. Have you ever been to the Vatican?
Fuck no.
Okay, well I have.
Oh,
it's
shit.
a city-state.
Right.
It's very bizarre. It's in the middle of Rome, but it's walled off.
So
like
jealous right now.
old school, like medieval.
Walled off?
Literally walled off.
Wow.
With guards, and it's not like, ceremonial guards
Right.
with like goofy spears and shit. No, these are dudes
Legit
with
guards.
like, MP5s, and they'll fuck you
Whoa.
up. Yeah, they'll fuck you up.
Okay.
And so anyway, so he lived there for a long time, and the point of the book is that there's a struggle between the homosexual priesthood and the people that are in the Catholic Church, and then there's this whole, as we know, the pedophile ring,
Right.
and that whole thing,
Right.
and that a lot of people in the Vatican don't want to expose the pedophilia because they don't want to out themselves, and so no one wants to tell on each other. It's a very interesting book, and it's very.
What's the name of the book?
That's a good question. I don't know. So it's called "In the Closet of the Vatican."
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
By Frederick Martel.
Yeah. So he's. Where's the thing I just saw?
Frederick Martel.
That's a whole other thing, man. Just like we just gotta firebomb that shit.
No
It's been
kidding,
wrong for
man.
fucking ever.
Well, I'm just thinking.
Oh, sorry. This is the other thing, is that Martel says that he conducted nearly 1,500 in-person interviews with 41
shit.
cardinals, 52 bishops, and 45 Vatican and foreign ambassadors.
Yeah.
And many of whom are quoted at length in on-the-record interviews that he says were recorded. So it's not like it's a conspiracy theory. These are factual interviews with people. And he was assisted by over 80 researchers, translators, fixers, and local journalists. So it's like a real, in-depth
research
thing.
Work is there.
It's a huge book. It's 555 pages.
Ooh, sounds good.
Yeah, and it's published in 8 languages. Like it's
wow,
it's crazy, man.
See, my thought is like, just let them fucking live their lives. Obviously not with the pedophilia, but
who cares?
Who cares if they're fucking gay?
Or if they're
You're putting that pressure on them, dude. It's gonna be a scandal.
It's gonna be a scandal, and also they're arguing that it invites pedophilia.
Hell yeah, dude! You told me I can't do something.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it.
But it's both. It's both.
But
it's
for
like
sure.
which one comes first?
Right.
Quit making it so sexy, dude. When you say you can't do it,
oh
yeah,
man,
don't tell me I can't.
That shit gets to throbbing.
Yeah.
You guys ever see the movie Spotlight?
No.
Dude, I still need to see that.
You don't watch shit, dude.
I don't, dude. Just The Office.
Yeah. I'm always like, check this out.
I watched Green Room recently.
Oh, good.
Finally.
Yeah.
Did you see Draper for 2 seconds? Probably not.
Draper?
He was a singer in the band that played it. You know Michael Draper.
Oh, I didn't.
Don Draper.
I didn't remember that. Cause I remember you telling me that, but I didn't remember that as I was watching.
He plays like a stagehand. I mean, literally, if you look away,
cool.
you'll miss him. But he's like wrapping a cable.
Dude, those deaths were gnarly.
Dude, it's such a great movie.
Well, first of all, I didn't know. I mean, spoiler, but whatever. Movie came out in 2015. Eat my ass.
Yes, that's your fault, not mine.
Fucking like everybody's dead, like right out of the gate.
Oh yeah.
So you get this sense of
brutal.
Like dread that this is, which I think that's important in writing, is be fucking realistic. Those kids would be dead pretty quick.
Yeah.
So hit me with that realism. You got fucking homie getting his neck eaten apart and stabbed several times. Like the deaths were they were just very
like the pit bull eating.
Yeah, they're just
I bet you
brutal.
didn't like that part.
I didn't. Well, here's what's fucked up. Pitbull's fucking snacking on this dude's throat, and I was bummed that the Pitbull got a buckshot in its
know.
like back leg. It
I
could
know.
still walk. It was fine.
My wife the whole time she's like, "Oh,
I know.
He's
Dog.
feasting on its neck, and Alan's worried about malnourishment. Is he
essentially.
getting enough?
That's
Yeah.
my wife."
Dude, I know.
That's
It's
so
I saw
awesome.
the other day we could be watching Schindler's List and a little kitty goes by. She's like, "Oh, poor cat."
well, and this dog was a pit bull, and I got scary right next to me, and I'm just
Yeah.
like rubbing her leg, like, "Oh, if somebody
Aw.
ever shot you." Yeah,
I'd let you eat my neck.
Do you like
Yeah.
the jujitsu guy?
I did. That was dope. The only thing
Does the
though,
armbar.
he puts him in a rear naked choke.
Oh, here
and
we go.
And it's maybe the sloppiest fucking.
pretty sloppy.
That 300-pound dude could get out of that shit real fast. It wasn't sunk
the armbar
in.
was pretty legit.
The armbar was money. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm
Yeah.
glad that he snapped that shit.
Yeah,
That was
totally.
sick.
Great movie, by the way.
It was good.
It's filmed in Oregon.
What
too.
is it called?
It's called Green Room.
Green Room, okay.
And I needed it. That was my movie redemption
Great
because
movie.
before that I saw Mandy, and it was the biggest fucking hunk of shit.
Oh, see, I still haven't seen it.
Oh, my
Oh, you didn't
God.
like it?
No.
because I haven't seen it. I heard it's just
It's one of
like-
those movies where the first half is rough, but it's worth it for the second half. And the second half was great.
Oh,
cool,
so you
whatever.
straight up didn't like it?
But
interesting.
Dude,
okay.
they just get too. First of all, the movie is like 2.5 hours or some shit, and you
Really?
know why? Because there's multiple scenes
See,
where
this
they
is why I haven't started.
they do a fucking slow pull out of Nicolas Cage, and it's like 45 seconds long.
Yeah.
You're like, how far from this fucker do we got to get until we get to the next scene? Why do we have to do this? This isn't artistic.
You
You're
are just wasting my time.
That's the
Yeah.
equivalent of like doing a research paper, and you double space it, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
fucking use all these extraneous
like,
words.
cut the fat a little.
Yeah, fucking stop.
Have you guys ever seen the Nicolas Cage reel on YouTube? Nicolas Cage losing his shit.
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
It's my favorite thing ever
Yeah.
made. I'd say.
I
It's
like Nick
so
Cage, man.
fucking funny.
He like on the whole, dude. He's got some amazing movies. No one talks about fucking Con
Oh,
Air,
dude.
Face
Face
Off.
Off.
Face
Look,
Off is one of my favorites of all time.
I have a conspiracy theory. I think
Okay.
there's two different Nicolas Cages.
oh, dude, if
How
ever there was
can-
going to be two of the
I
same
don't
guy,
know.
it's him.
How
Yeah.
can one
Avril
guy
Lavigne.
do some of my favorite movies of all time? Matchstick Men, Adaptation,
Yeah.
like fucking
What was that?
legitimately good
Lord of
movies.
War?
Lord of War is a
So
great
fucking
movie,
good.
dope movie.
Yeah.
never heard anyone talk about
Yeah.
that, dude. Good for you for knowing that. That's a good movie.
Another one that he comes in that I totally
Raising
forgot
Arizona.
is Kick-Ass. And then he's in
Yes.
that.
Oh my
And I'm
god,
like,
he plays
totally.
Big Daddy.
yeah, he's so
Yeah.
fucking good in that movie. Second one sucks dick.
yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
First one was great.
Yeah, it's really good.
First
Yeah.
one is better. I liked Jim Carrey in the second one though.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah, that's true.
But overall, it's just over the top.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
okay. What was this thing we're talking about?
Let's
So we did
do
the gay priest.
Yeah. Let him be gay. Quit being weird.
Yeah.
You're making it weird.
You know the thing. All the pressure's coming from the inside.
That's the point.
Like they're just
it's worse. It's making it worse.
God, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's making it sexy. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Quit making it so sexy.
Let him
dude.
pound it out.
I know. It's a bummer.
Like, dude, if just one priest would tell another priest, "Oh, you bang dudes? I don't give a shit."
Yeah.
Boom. That'd probably solve the whole thing.
Yeah, you'd probably start a domino.
It'd be like, okay, cool. Well, banging dudes isn't
Yeah.
as sexy now because
Hey, I
you
talked
just
to him and he said he didn't care. Yeah, I really don't care either. Oh, okay. Nobody
that.
cares now. Nobody really gives a fuck if they're all doing it.
yeah. Yep, real talk. All right, movie time.
Okay, so movie pick of the week is one of my favorite movies ever made. In fact, it's kind of like rated one of the best movies ever made as well. It's called Amadeus.
Okay.
You ever heard of Amadeus?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Killer movie about Wolfgang Amadeus
Right.
Mozart. And it was made in 1984. Winner of 8 Academy Awards, 11 nominations, has a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Fucking killer movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the bummer thing is, you know how trailers are only just now good?
Right.
Like you look up old movies and trailers, like that's not a trailer. That's just a scene or
Yeah,
something that's weird. Like,
for sure.
Yeah. So the trailer for this movie is non-relevant and won't even give you an idea of what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to read the plot real quick.
Yeah, do it.
So it's the story of an elderly Antonio I can't pronounce his name. Salieri, the Italian guy.
Celery.
Celery. Celery is how you pronounce it.
Salieri.
So he can. Yes, I like that. So you're Mexican, so you
Yeah.
got that. So do that again.
Nope.
One more time.
Sarieli.
Yes, I like that. He confesses to the murder of his former colleague, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and attempts to kill himself by slitting his throat. In fact, that's how the movie opens. Is you hear this loud scream, and then they take this old guy to an asylum, and he starts talking to this priest, and the priest implores him to confess to it. And so the movie is like this. It's kind of like how Tarantino tells movies backwards. Mm-hmm. So it's like this old guy recounting the story, even like back when he was a child, how much he wanted to be a composer and how much he loved music. Like he would pray to God, like, please, just, I don't care about anything else, just give me the gift of music. And he had a really abusive father. And at one time they show him praying to God, saying, if you could just take my father away, I want him to die.
Whoa.
He's like bumming me out. He's getting in my way of doing music because he wanted to pursue other things, right? And then his dad chokes one dinner, and he like looks up to God, and he's like, thank you. And he's like a little kid. So that just gives you an idea of how fucked up this guy is. Right. So fast forward, he becomes like a state composer for, I think, Austria. This is all a true story, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Fucking rad.
Is this historically accurate?
Historically accurate, yeah. I mean, they obviously take...
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Hollywood, bro.
Exactly. And so he starts mentoring Mozart, who gets employed by the Austrian government to write plays. And that's how it used to be back then. It was like government sponsored.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And if you don't know the story of Mozart, he started when he was like 4 or 5 years old, and his dad was the opposite. He pushed Mozart like aggressively, kind of like Michael Jackson style
to music.
To music, right? And this was in like the mid 18th century, so long fucking time ago,
right?
And they like would tour Europe for years on end when he was a little kid, and he would just like show his kid off, like trickery, like, you know, blindfold him and he'd play piano, and he was gifted. He was fucking Mozart. And so anyway, most people idea of Mozart is these like, you know, it's classical music, you see, and it's dignified. And he was a fucking disaster. In this video I'm going to show you is pretty crazy. He was a very vulgar man. He was a drug addict, an alcoholic. Like,
those are my favorite
Motley
musicians.
Crue got nothing on him. He was out of his fucking mind.
Freddie Mercury, baby.
And what's crazy is all this, the what's that called? When you write music on paper, the
like tablature? Or is that
a word for it? Scoring
or sheet music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking retard. I'm also sick. Whatever that's called. He never made any mistakes. There was never any edits. There was never even redos.
Weird.
There was no crossing out. It was just, it would flow out of him onto the page. And then later on, he goes crazy and deaf. And so he's like hearing the music only in his head and having people dictate it for him. And he would say, like, you know, F sharp, the tempo of this, blah, 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 and explain it to them. It's fucking crazy.
That sounds interesting.
And the Italian guy that's mentoring him is obscenely jealous of him.
Okay.
And it's still not really proven or not, but the rumor is that he drove him crazy to the point where he drank himself to death, and he killed him. And he would like
Italian
fuck
guy?
with him. Yeah.
Italian guy killed Mozart?
Yeah.
Oh,
and so, yeah.
His like Real Housewives of Ancient Rome.
Yes.
Dude, it's fucking
drama.
When did this take place? Was this Rome?
Austria.
Oh yeah, you said Austria. I just assume all old shit happened in Rome.
Yeah, me too. And they all have an English accent for some reason.
That's historically accurate.
Also, how dare you like choose this
like
one?
the show Rome.
I just told you last
English
episode
accent.
I hate educational shit, and this fucking shit in the corner says history buffs.
Do you know what this channel is?
I feel like I'm
That's
in
what
fucking
Finn McKenzie was
third
talking
period
about.
right now.
Dude, I
This
freaking...
guy's channel?
This Finn McKenzie was talking about this channel.
Yeah.
Really?
This is funny as shit. It's not. He's hilarious. Like super funny. It's like animated shit.
Oh,
so anyway,
weird.
this is an example. This guy, this YouTuber he does a thing called History Buffs, and he does like the historical accuracy of this movie and how great a movie is.
I'm into that
and
shit.
There's a part where he talks about how vulgar some of the words were because he'd write operas too. And it's amazing. There's these little kids singing this like beautiful opera in some language they don't even know.
Right.
And the lyrics are outrageous.
Okay.
Go ahead and press play.
Hit that play.
Also wrote a little party piece for his mates called Lick My Arse Nice and Clean.
Lick my ass nicely.
No way.
Lick it nice and clean. Nice and clean, lick my ass. They're like little kids singing.
Okay, this dude was not a lyricist.
Yeah, it's a little repetitive, right? That's a greasy desire. This is 1700s. Nicely buttered. Like the licking of roast meat, my daily activity.
That's exactly what I look like right there. Just
I
like
have
jaw
no
dropped.
idea what's more gross, the lyrics or the fact that there is a choir of school children singing them. But in any case, does any of this really matter in the end? And the answer is no, of course not. If a piece of music is able to move you,
That's
then is it really relevant
insane.
what kind of man composed it? And this
2 years of slowly watching myself become extinct.
The old Italian guy
Mm-hmm.
My
talking about.
music growing fainter. All the time fainter.
And he's
No
just so
one
jealous
plays
that
it
no one knows his music,
what
but
the movie doesn't
everyone knows
mention is
Mozart.
that Salieri was one of the leading composers in Europe during those 32 years. Although his music wasn't played
Yeah.
as much in Vienna as it once
Lo-
had.
looks
closer
boring
to
as
the time of
fuck,
his death.
On the
Really?
page, it looked
So while
Okay.
Mozart was doing his thing, Celery was doing his thing
Beginning
too.
simple.
But he was just
Almost
salty
comic.
about it.
Well, they just said he was killing it.
just a
Yeah.
pulse.
Celery was killing it, so
Bassoons,
why is this?
Basset horns. Like a rusty squeeze box.
What?
And then, suddenly, high above it,
Dude, women had sex with
An
that
opal.
dude. Think about that.
Rockstar, dude.
a single note hanging there, unwavering. Until a clarinet took it over.
He won Best
Sweetened it
Actor.
into a phrase of such delight.
It's such a fucked movie, dude.
Yeah.
Trust.
I'll
Trust
watch
me,
it. I'll
trust-
watch it.
trust me,
I'm trying to
trust
get
me,
into
trust me,
some old
trust me,
shit
trust
that
me,
I
trust
haven't
me.
seen before.
It's not that. It's not as old as you think.
84,
It's
bro.
filmed
That's
really
before
well.
my
It's
life.
music I've never heard.
Yeah, I was born in 86. I'm a baby, dude. Alan was born in 86?
You're
Weren't
born
you?
in '86.
Yeah, dude.
All right, my movie pick of the week.
I'm 83.
In the Army now with Pauly Shore.
Fucking Bill and
It's an
Ted.
amazing film.
You want a real fucking history movie?
I would love to hear
cinematic
someone
masterpiece.
break that.
Dude,
I will, dude.
On my graduation cap, I put a most excellent adventure.
I like it.
Yeah. That's great. No, I've been trying to watch more like classic films like that, and that people are just like, you haven't fucking seen this? So I'll check it out. I just like, it's music too, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Wolfgang would be frantic if he
But
found
dude, I
these
was
were
in
missing.
choir like all throughout
See, they're all
school.
original.
So now it makes me question, like, am I singing about assholes?
Yeah, what are you singing about?
Yeah.
Greasy, like roast chicken
Greasy
assholes.
buttered butts, dude.
Yeah. Fuck. And their ass is all dirty and shit back then.
Oh, dirty
they
as fuck.
explain a lot of that too. It's really accurate.
Really?
Yeah, it's like these gross, greasy wigs and like
Yep.
the makeup's all caked, and
Lice and
disgusting.
shit.
Yeah,
Everybody just smelling like shit.
Hairy as fuck.
Oh my
Buttered.
god.
There's a reason they said buttered butts, dude.
Yeah.
buttered.
Eat that
that's
buttered
right.
butts. Eat
Buttered.
that buttered booty.
Fucking disgusting, man.
So gross.
That's
That's actually one of those movies that I've shown other people that I thought like would not like it at all.
Right.
And they all come back to me like, dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
That
I'll
is
check
so
that
good.
out.
Yeah.
Well, you know I like history, so I'll watch it for sure.
I'd be surprised if you don't find it interesting at
Yeah.
least.
Oh yeah, I will.
There it is.
That's awesome.
Go out on a limb on that one. But
Yeah.
that's top
Have you
10
watched
of
it
all time.
recently? That's what I was wondering. When you bring these up, do you watch them recently?
Not recently. I've probably been watched it in like a year, but I
Okay.
watch it like once a year.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. My boss told me to watch Tombstone, and I was like, "Fuck that! I ain't watching that
Oh,
shit."
dude,
Tombstone's
that one's
great, man.
Great.
I got
Tombstone's
Fucking
amazing.
Val Kilmer.
30 minutes into it, and I had to turn it off.
Yeah.
What?
Because it was so fucking tight. I was like, my wife needs to see this with me. I'm not
dude,
watching this by
I
myself.
love those situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
It's
had that before.
Awfully corny.
I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
100% into it.
The part
Yeah.
where
like, don't ruin it.
where Kurt Russell's talking about the fucking horses that are like they're in mating season. And he says something about like she can smell. So gross.
They're
Yeah.
so good. It's so good already. I'm
I
just
only-
like
So you know
captivated,
Val
dude.
Kilmer, dude.
Yeah.
So good.
You know the-
Sweaty as fuck.
the dude that plays
like a
Virgil, I think his name is Sam Donaldson or some shit.
Sam.
Not Donaldson. Sam.
It's Sam something.
Yeah.
Sam
With
Elliott.
the voice,
Sam
yeah.
Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Went to my high school.
He went to
Shout out.
Clark.
He went to David Douglas.
Yeah,
Did he really?
And he
Yeah.
went. And he went to
Vancouver?
Clark College.
No, in Southeast Portland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My dad used to work.
I did know he went to Clark too. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Crazy.
dad would bump into him all the time because my dad worked for TSA. And when Sam would come through, they would talk about how my dad beat he had like some record in track.
Oh, wow.
My dad beat it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And my dad tells like the best version of that story.
Yeah.
But, the other dope story was Danny Glover came in one time and
Yeah, that's right. He used to live here.
yeah, and my dad was wanding him, and or somebody else actually was wanding him, and he kept beeping around like the same area around his hip, and so and he was getting kind of surly with that. It was a woman, and then so the woman escorted him over to my dad, who was a lead,
Right.
and my dad had to deal with him and was like, all right, sir, so you keep kind of on the wand, you keep firing off around your hip. Like, do you have any like artificial hips, or you got some sort of like metal in there? And I guess apparently Danny Glover's like tall as shit,
Yeah.
or at least surprisingly tall. And he like bends down, gets like face to face with my dad, and just goes, "That's my own personal business."
What?
My dad was like, "Cool, well, I just got to know." And he was like, "Yes." And he's like, "All right, you're free to go. It's all good." And he just took off.
I was expecting him to just be like, "I'm too old for this."
Yeah,
shit.
dude, that would have been the best.
How long ago was that?
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Shit.
Because he lived here recently.
Yeah, this was like, I want to say like 7 to 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because he used
Wow.
to come to the Crystal Ballroom all the time.
Yeah.
We'd see him there like
Really?
once a month, yeah.
Huh.
Apparently he's like 6'4" or some shit.
He'd come to 80s night pretty often.
Oh, wow.
And then he'd like buy one drink and then leave.
Damn.
He'd
That's
tip really
random.
well. He'd stay there for like 10 minutes.
And then his goons would go throughout the audience and be like, "Hey, Glover wants to see you."
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I saw a lot of people at that job.
Yeah, I bet.
Eddie Vedder,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
singer of My Chemical Romance.
Dude, he's got that new show on Netflix based on his comic book.
Really?
That Umbrella something.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's his comic book.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
That's, oh wow.
What's his name? Gerard Way.
Gerard Way,
Oh,
yeah.
Singer
yeah.
of My
That's
Chemical
his
Romance.
comic.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Very
Making
interesting.
moves. I want to do a comic book. So fucking tight.
Quick story about that guy.
Yeah.
So I used to go to this coffee shop all the time. I used to live in Goose Hollow in downtown area.
Yeah.
And I got to know the guy that worked behind the counter. Really sweet guy. And one day he told me he did comic stuff. He was like, I think he was the illustrator, I want to say.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, I do a comic with this guy in a band. You ever heard the band My Chemical Romance? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was him.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we're like working on this thing together. But, you know, he just quit that band. So we'll see if he's like, I don't know if he'll take off, blah, blah.
Right.
And then I was still working at the ballroom at the time. And then like 2 weeks later, I see that guy and Gerard.
Yeah.
And that guy, and they had just like signed something with Dark Star or
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
shit.
Dark Horse, I think.
Dark Horse, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And they were celebrating at the ballroom.
That's so
Yeah,
tight.
pretty cool.
Jeez.
So I wonder if
Wow.
he's a part of that.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's so
I'm
cool.
sure I think they were just working on that one comic
The most
book. but
unassuming, dorky dude
That's
ever.
tight.
Have you watched the Umbrella thing?
No.
My
no.
mom was at my house yesterday and she fired up Netflix and just started watching that. And I was like, I've been seeing that on Netflix. It looks whack as shit.
Yeah.
And then I was doing dishes listening to it and I was like, it sounds whack as shit.
Yeah.
Like,
It's super nerdy comic booky, I'm
it
sure.
seems like it. Yeah.
I'm trying to do some like documentaries and shit.
That's why I can't believe I liked Kick-Ass. Because like that,
Kick-Ass was so good.
for all intents and purposes,
Yeah.
that should have nothing to do with, like I should hate that.
Right,
And I
right.
fucking loved
I
it.
think
Yeah.
that'd be something. Do you pretty much only watch like light-hearted movies, like
No.
like comedies and stuff?
No.
If it's mainstream, he's fucking checked out.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
Well, I get the impression you don't want, like you said, education and shit.
That
like, You
too.
don't want,
I don't.
like,
That's why he doesn't
I
hang
get
out
the
with
Make me
impression
sound
you don't
fucking
wanna-
retarded.
well, no, I'm not trying to be condescending. It just
No, I
seems
don't
like you
care.
don't like that, like to go to that depth with movies and stuff.
Yeah, well, and also Jeff's right too. If there's a lot of hype on something, I'm out.
Yeah.
Right.
It like Crystalia calls them
Yeah.
kudas. I'm very like, oh, you guys are all into that shiny thing. It's probably for whack people then.
Right.
And then I'd
Oh,
walk the
okay.
other way. I've always had this like weird, but you know, and then like Jeff said earlier, there's, you know, people talk about classic movies and he goes and watches them and he's like, oh, that's what everybody's talking about.
Right.
I've had like Pulp Fiction. I said no to that for fucking ever.
sure,
Really?
I'm
for
like,
sure.
shut up about Pulp
Yeah.
Fiction.
Oh,
Who gives a
wow.
fuck? And then I watched it and I was like, oh,
It's amazing.
that's
Yeah.
the shit. Like
Yeah.
that's,
You get pissed that you didn't watch it.
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
Green Mile with my father.
Mile, Shawshank.
I push it off. Oh yeah, I'm just
Yep.
like fuck that. I'm not watching that.
I think
Reservoir
Pulp-
Dogs.
so good.
Oh, I should've
I think
watched
Pulp
it.
Fiction is one of those movies that like, look, if you know you don't like Amadeus or you don't like Kick-Ass or the things that I like, that's fine.
Right.
If you don't like Pulp Fiction, we can't be friends.
Yeah.
Like we don't have a lot in common.
For sure.
That is one of those like testers.
That's the point of
That's
view.
so funny. I have testers like that with comedies.
Yeah.
I judge
Right.
people by comedies or comedians. I'm like, who's your favorite? Okay, we're not friends.
Oh, yeah.
You're not on that same wavelength. At
Right.
that point.
If one of your favorite comedy movies is fucking Ted, lose my number.
Totally.
Lose my number, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm out.
Yep.
If you say Dumb and Dumber, we're good.
We're good.
But here's the thing.
Totally.
If it's Dumb and Dumber and there's something about Mary and like whatever other Fairly Brothers,
Yeah,
and
genre.
you're not into like that.
Good point.
That's a great gateway. You should totally be into that. But there's also some more like contemporary, like just hilarious comedies. But yeah, it's all just a matter of taste.
See, I used to think like I never. I want to be careful how I say this because it's such a device or
Navigate through it. Navigate
a loved
through
movie.
it, James. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I
Do not piss off the 12 people that are.
Fuck
gonna
it.
fucking-
Just say it.
Super Troopers was something I didn't understand for a while.
I hate I love the
And now I
entire
love it.
first half of that
Now
movie.
I think it's so genius.
Second half of it's booty.
No, I fully that's a goofy one. Those
Yeah.
broken lizard dudes are. I still
Stefan
don't.
loves them, dude.
I still
It's
don't
the
know if
funniest
they're
thing in the
funny.
world.
Right.
Yeah, which is kind of what I like about it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so dumb.
Yeah.
I appreciate when comedians will go there. Like
Right.
because the highbrow thing gets a little annoying.
I have a fucking
Like, make
podcast called
fart
Knuckle
jokes.
Draggers.
Yeah, yeah.
We talk about
Yeah.
shitting ourselves.
Right.
I mean, I think the only parts of Super Troopers I fully get and fully enjoy are like a lot of the Farva parts.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're
yeah.
like, I didn't ask for a large Farva. I want
Yeah.
a
So
leader cult. Like,
stupid, yeah.
just weird. And then like the syrup chugging and I am all that is man. I'm like, I don't think that was supposed to be funny, but I enjoyed that. That was
right,
weird.
right.
It's like a weird kind
Yeah.
of.
Oh, that's a great point. There's different elements of like genius throughout it, or some things that you question.
Yeah.
But I always like the things that are not that are intended to be jokes, but they don't feel like jokes, but they're fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Like The Jerk.
Yeah.
Like when he's laying in the bed and he's like, he does that on the sheet I slit and on the sleeted whatever.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, I've never been comfortable enough to say that around anyone. And she's sleeping and he's like, I want to know if you'll marry me. If you're down, like don't move at all.
Yeah,
Just shit like that.
Dude, Steve Martin's
it's
the man.
so
He is.
funny
Dude, Sergeant
to me.
Bilko is like one of the greatest fucking movies of all time.
He's the best.
That's why I was here. I don't know if I've actually ever seen it.
What?
Sergeant Bilko.
Oh, I don't think I've seen it either, but The Jerk is
But I've heard that
like,
a lot.
Dude,
top
watch
5.
it. I only had it
Yeah.
because I had a stepdad that just would have all these VHS, like Blink VHS, and on like the spine of it or whatever in pencil it would say. And I ran through so many of them that I would have to start watching ones I didn't. That's why
Yeah.
I can name.
yeah.
I've always said one of my few party tricks is I can name more Van Damme movies than anybody without using my phone.
wow.
For sure. I can get up to like 20.
Time Cop. Hard Target.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
see,
insane.
Hard Target's one of my
Fucking
favorites.
Street Fighter,
Dude,
bro.
we used to
Yep.
watch that all the time.
I mean, see, and those are like the more
There's a
mainstream.
part in
yeah.
Hard Target where, dude, we used to rewind this part.
Don't even get me
over and over and
started
over.
on Hard Target.
The fake that you can see
Yeah.
the rope pulling the guy.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
What?
Or when he's on the bike.
I'm into that.
When he's on the bike, it's so clearly a stunt double. Like it's the most obvious.
It's like
It's like so fucking obvious. They were like, "Oh, we need a stunt double for Van Damme. Get a guy that's 3 feet shorter than him,
Let's get Terry Crews.
200 pounds more."
yeah.
It's crazy. But dude, when you ask people to list Van Damme movies, no one ever says, "How is the first one not Double Team?" His
Double
co-star is
Team.
fucking Dennis
That's
Rodman.
true.
It's crazy. Mickey Rourke, Dennis Rodman, fantastic fucking
And then
movie.
what's the other one? The
They
like
fight a tiger.
the fight one. I mean, they're all about fighting.
Oh, The Quest.
No, fighter.
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Kickboxer. That's the
Kickboxer.
thing. They're all that
Yeah,
fucking.
you just named like 8.
Yes.
They're all that
Don't even
template.
try.
Dude, Lionheart? No one knows about fucking Lionheart.
I know about
it's the
Lionheart.
same thing. It's a fucking
You've seen all of these?
fuck yes.
They're so funny.
Dude, how about
they're
Double Impact
so
where he's
fun-
fucking
Oh my God.
Van Damme, there are twins of Van Damme. It's
so
fucking,
good.
That sounds amazing.
My
fucking-
buddy David used to watch these all the time.
Oh my god, dude. They're great.
I'm gonna have to marathon Van Damme.
Oh,
I
yeah,
marathoned
they're so
all Schwarzenegger films one time.
Really?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I'll
We
have
watched
to do-
Jingle All the Way this Christmas.
Oh, of
Jingle All the
course.
Way's the
so
shit.
insane.
Going back to watch films that I hadn't seen, I had never seen Gremlins.
It's great.
So
Yeah.
I watched it and like I thought like I'm gonna watch this and this is gonna be a film where everyone's like, you haven't seen Gremlins, and then when you watch it, you're gonna be like, big
Yeah.
fucking deal.
Just feels dated.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved
good.
it.
Yeah, it's
yeah. Top Gun, saw it as an adult. Fucking hate that movie.
I fucking love Top Gun.
I hate that shit.
I was also born on the 4th of July.
Oh.
American flag.
Dude, if I was to torture somebody with a movie, speaking of Top Gun, because this is kind of the same, also Tom Cruise, Days of Thunder.
That's so insane.
Oh, God.
I think I started it and was like, can't do this one.
Dude,
This is the most outrageous movie of all time.
And I hate it. I hate it 200% because when it was hot, my brother's
Days
grandma,
of Thunder.
we're half brothers, so it was his grandma. So I guess like my half grandma, whatever.
Right.
She got us Days of Thunder on Nintendo,
Let me out
and
of
it was the most
cockle.
garbage fucking video game. So I was like, this franchise has fucked me
Oh,
twice.
yeah, that's right.
The fucking movie
Was it
sucks
like-
and the game sucks.
Was it Nintendo? No.
It was like legit Nintendo.
That's right.
And the steering was fucking impossible.
Impossible.
So you would drive
The
for 7
worst
seconds
game
and
ever
crash,
made.
and the game was over.
Oh, that's annoying.
So dumb. So now I just see Days of Thunder anywhere. I mean, I
Pissed.
don't,
Dude,
it's,
Triggered.
It's 2019, so I'm not seeing that a lot.
I
on
see
my-
it everywhere.
Yeah.
on my birthday,
Still promoting it.
I think I was like 20 something, doesn't matter. One of my birthdays, all my buddies took me out drinking, and then we went and saw Top Gun at like the Aladdin Theater, I want to say. And a few of my buddies had never seen it.
Right.
So imagine seeing it for the first time
For
like
sure.
you did as
Like
an
an
adult.
adult, yeah.
And not growing up with it in
Yeah.
the 80s and 90s. But we got so belligerent and drunk and
Right.
loud that everyone just moved away from us. I don't know how we didn't get kicked out. We were quoting and laughing, like, because I had seen it so many times.
Right.
I was so fucked up. I was like yelling at it, like clapping and rooting and shit.
Right.
And this couple behind us, you could hear the girl at one point. She goes, "I just wish they'd be quiet." And the boyfriend, he kept laughing at everything we
Right,
do. So
right.
he was like, you could tell they were fighting.
Right.
because
He's on your team. Yeah.
so good.
That's so good.
It was one of the best memories ever.
I can't fucking stand that shit.
We had to get up close to feel the afterburners.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like Top Gun.
It's an outrageous movie.
It is.
Top
It
Gun
is.
needs to be watched.
Insane.
Like
I should watch it again, though.
It needs to be watched like The Room needs to be watched.
Yes.
The
Like,
Room?
drunk with
Okay.
a bunch of
The
people.
volleyball scene alone.
Oh
Stop
my
it.
god, dude.
Unbelievably
Cinematic
homosexual.
beauty.
Dude.
So Jake, who I do Say What You Mean with,
Yeah.
he got obsessed with The Room for a while. Like
It's easy to
during
get
our
obsessed
senior
with that
year
shit.
of college, he's like, "Have you seen or heard of The Room?" And I was like, "Dude, I've seen clips on YouTube."
so
He's
crazy.
like, "No, it's amazing."
Yeah.
and
It
I'm
really
like,
is.
"All right." So I watched some clips on YouTube, and I'm like, "That's cool, okay." He went to the screening that they do where they throw the fucking spoons
Yep.
at the screen.
Yep.
He did that whole thing multiple times. Tommy Wiseau came.
Was this
Yep.
years before The Artist?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So Tommy Wiseau came. He went, met Tommy Wiseau, got the whole autograph, and then he's like, "You guys should come over and watch The Room," because he's been talking about it forever.
Right.
What a fucking awkward ass
Unreal.
movie.
It's
It's
so
amazing.
crazy.
Hey, 3 sex scenes?
Dude,
Why?
Yeah.
and long as fuck.
Yeah.
And the
Really long.
Yeah.
Dude, and the same song and same scenes and all the sex
It
scenes.
makes you want to go, Tommy, do you own a mirror? Why
Yeah.
the fuck do we got to see you naked?
His ass fucking her belly button
Yeah,
and
fucking
shit.
her belly button. It's so good.
Dude, that's
Also,
a great
Lisa
movie.
is like a strong 4.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know.
come on, dude. What is going on?
It's so good. I'm fed up with this world.
Yeah.
I love it
I
so
did
much.
not hit her.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah.
Nah.
I want to meet him. That'd be amazing.
Dude, the end of, did you guys watch Disaster Artist?
Yes, of
What
course.
that shit's about?
Yeah.
Dude, in the end, the post-credit scene where James Franco is talking to Tommy Wiseau as Tommy Wiseau, when he goes, what was your name? Like, what is, and he goes, it's Tommy. He's, what? How you spell that? And he goes, capital T for go away. That shit.
No, I have
that-
not seen that.
You need to, I'll try after this podcast. I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
It's so good
Capital
because it's
T for go away.
it's Tommy just being Tommy,
Right.
and then James Franco doing his best to be as weird as Tommy and failing because the actual Tommy Wiseau is he's from a fucking different dimension.
Yes, yeah.
So you can do your best, but you could be Marlon Brando, and you're just not going to be as weird.
Capital T for go away. Oh, he's the best, dude.
Actually, I'm going to watch something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Something a little more highbrow, guys.
Oh, shit. Okay. I really only do highbrow.
Crash and burn, huh, Mav?
Oh, God.
Watch how many times Tom Cruise checks his
Slider.
watch
Checks it?
to indicate that he's running behind.
You stink.
So fucking funny. You know they're making a second one?
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, why?
Let's go! Just let's go! Can you imagine doing this with your bros?
We've done it.
With your jeans on? No
I had
shirt?
a whole fucking birthday party where we played volleyball.
Like this, though?
Hell yeah. I think our dicks were out.
This is basically Trip, except it's cornhole and we're all blackout drunk.
Yeah.
Check just watched twice already.
Yeah, that's twice.
That might be it. I just remember it being a lot.
Val Kilmer looks fucking weird now.
They're so sweaty. Why? Why is
Was that a flex?
Yeah,
Was that a straight flex?
With his buddies.
Yeah.
By the way, the song alone.
Sometimes you gotta flex on your friends.
Playing with the boys.
Oh, Jesus.
The fact that this movie was made is so insane.
2-on-2, dude, that's so hard.
Well, they're fighter pilots, bro. This is nothing for them.
I guess.
That's good.
That's not what he said.
He's late to go. There's 3.
Yep.
Because he's supposed to meet his date. That's 4.
Dude, audio dubbing in these movies was a special kind of horse shit.
Oh, yeah.
It was so bad.
Patton also calls the party that no one can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Care of just one more game.
Okay,
That's awesome.
Please, for me.
And then he meets up
great.
with the girl, and he's 45 minutes late. And he comes to the front door. She's gives him shit for being late. And he's like, do you mind if I take a quick shower?
What?
And she goes, yeah, I mind.
I gotta watch it again.
One of my favorite scenes.
Yeah,
ever.
I gotta watch it again.
Such garbage.
Lame.
Can you imagine being late to a date and then for the first time and asking her if you can take a shower?
If it's for volleyball, dude, and you're a fucking fighter pilot,
Dude,
she better suck
You
it
better
up.
Suck it up, bro. Yeah.
That's tight.
All right, let's end this thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for being on, man.
Thanks for having me. This is super fun. It's weird being a guest, but I'm all about it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
sick.
I bet.
It was super fun.
Yeah.
You guys will have to come and kick it with one of us.
Anytime, man.
James, you got to come on, say what you mean, get real political.
Anytime you want.
You should do that. Have him on Say What You
For
Mean.
sure.
Have me on Knuckle
For
Draggers.
sure. Yeah,
Anytime.
so if anyone's listening and they're wanting to listen to Jake and I talk about history or politics or government, then that's what we do on Say What You Mean. We throw in a little silly shit in there every now and then, but we also have a radio show that's from local KXRW Vancouver, and it's sent through the X-Ray app in Portland, and that's a straight educational show on U.S. institutions and civics and history, and we just explore different institutions that we have, and like voting or
How often do you
immigration.
do that?
We do it once a month.
So you have to prep for it.
Yeah, a lot of research, kind of drawing. We essentially created an entire lesson plan
Yeah,
so
that's
that we can do it.
proper.
Yeah, because if this is an opportunity to teach, then we're going to want to.
Is it part of school or something?
No,
Or,
we're
okay.
volunteering through this radio station to do that. And then, so we do that once a month. And then for all you knuckleheads and knuckle draggers out there, I do Knuckle Draggers every Wednesday. It's released with my friend Dimitri. He's a vet, small business owner. He has a food cart where he does it's called It's a Pasta, but it's like Subway. So you come and create your own pasta. It's super fun. We get a little lowbrow, but we also talk about some kind of fun shit. But
Is it more like this podcast?
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. And Jake actually came up with the name because I'd never heard that expression, knuckle draggers, before.
You really hadn't?
I hadn't heard it.
That's crazy.
And I was like, what does that mean? He's like, just the bottom of the barrel, dude. And I'm like, that's the name of my next podcast.
I guess it's not the most prevalent
Right.
phrase, but yeah, that's cool. It's
Yeah.
the perfect name.
Right. So Thursdays, Say What You Mean, once a month. To the Republic is the radio show. And then every Wednesday is Knuckle Draggers.
Fuck yeah.
And where can they find you on the socials?
So we mostly, on both shows, we mostly do Instagram. So Say What You Mean podcast and Knuck Draggers. It's just Knuck, but it is Knuckle Draggers. You search either one, it'll come up.
Cool. And what's your personal? You wanna
Best
put
in
that up?
Mexico. Yeah.
At Best in Mexico.
Yep. So check us out. Obviously, do the same things that you do for these guys, like, follow, share,
Yeah.
and subscribe to these guys on iTunes.
Absolutely.
Do it.
Go do it. Check them out.
Thanks, guys. This was super fun.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, I want to come back because I'm a fan and I do listen.
Yeah, we'll have you back for sure. And we'll love to come on yours.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Anytime. Where can they find you, Alan? Is there anything you want the people to know about?
Yeah, just on Instagram, It Came From the Sky. I found out that my own last name was spelled incorrectly on my own Instagram profile today.
No.
Whoa.
That's been that way for years. It was Alan Ashcraft.
Oh, nice.
Whatever, fixed it. Almost didn't fix it because I was like, whatever. Fixed it though. Other than that, alanashcraft.com, I guess.
Yeah.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That is good.
It's crazy that nobody...
You shouldn't have fixed it.
Yeah.
No one told you?
No one called me on it or anything. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
That's the traffic right there. That's the amount of traffic.
Yeah, exactly. No one's seeing it.
Or it's just like they didn't know.
Auto fix. Your brain's fixing it.
It is, yeah. It's totally... It's a tough thing to catch.
They would assume that you didn't mess it up.
Right. How would he mess it up?
They're going to call you out on your own last name.
Yeah, exactly. I'm also that kind of petty where I would go have it legally changed just to be like, I didn't make a mistake.
Yeah, fuck you.
know? I would so do that.
That's fucking Conan O'Brien shit right there.
Yeah.
That is great. You can find me at James Ian MacMillan, at Stateside MGMT. And like our good buddy said, make sure you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. But more importantly, what should they do, Alan?
You mean my typical spiel?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this at all, if you've laughed or fucking learned something, just tell one person.
Yep.
Keep it realistic, keep it small.
That's easy to do.
And and keep it meaningful, because if you're going to tell one person, it's clearly somebody you give a fuck about or that you want to share this magical shit with. So do that.
I love that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Support the things you like.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Thanks again for being on, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate
Thanks, buddy.
I love you guys.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
Peace.